Sidebar Cantina, the podcast where we talk about Star Wars, pop culture, golf and coworkers, or whatever the fuck we feel like talking about. I'm Mr. Jason Roscom. With me here each and every single week, the Darth Vader to my Palpatine, Dave Martin. Long time no see.
Yeah.
How you been?
It's been a week, right?
2 weeks, really, since we
That's true. Yeah.
last saw each other here in the studio.
I've had a pretty good weekend, so I certainly can't complain.
Excellent.
I'm distracted because we were talking about a particular scene in Andor,
Yeah.
which is what we're going to be talking about this week.
Yes.
Look at that. I self-segued.
Nice. Well done.
Self-segued. Sounds dirty, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah.
When I say it.
Ladies.
Self-segued. Jason was being regaled by my singing earlier.
Yes, it's
A little
always.
Fly, eagles, fly.
Yes, I've had to listen to a lot of that today.
On the road to victory.
So yes, Andor. We're talking about episodes 4 through 6 this week. And before we get to that, got a whole bunch of stuff to get into. First, while you're doing your little thing over there, I want to give a quick shout out to Lamar, Mike, Tahira, Kyle, Phil, and Rose, if she's listening. What's up, guys? So this is something that I would normally save for when we start talking about our weeks, but I figure since they're probably only going to watch the very beginning, I'll talk about it now. So since I retired from the Air Force and started working at this new job, it's been no secret that I've been trying to like kind of keep church and state separate, so to speak, when it comes to the podcast and work. As
Right.
I've never mentioned like who I work for
Right.
now on the show because I'm trying to keep these things separate.
Right.
I've said some pretty inflammatory things on this show in the past.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah. And things, people have been canceled for less.
I've never had to say things like the views of Jason Roscom are not the views of Mr. David Martin or the views of the Skywalker Studios or Starkiller Studios. Never had to say that.
Right. So anyway, I've been trying to keep the thing separate since I retired and started working in the civilian world because you never know. You say the wrong thing, somebody gets butthurt, they complain to your place of business, and then you're fired, and then you have to collect unemployment or something. I don't know how all this works.
Right.
Anyway, so I haven't talked about work here on the podcast, and I haven't talked about the podcast at work. So this happened about a week and a half ago now. I'm sitting at work. It's like at the very end of the day, like things have really slowed down. We've got like, 10 minutes left before the end of the day. And I can hear a couple of the guys talking in the cubicle next to me because we're all in this like little bunch of cubicles and you can hear everybody's conversation, even when they're whispering and they think nobody can hear them. So I could hear a couple of the guys talking about a YouTube video that one of the other guys that we work with was in. Like apparently he's dancing in a YouTube video from like high school, something like that, whatever.
Oh my God.
And
That's not embarrassing at all.
right. And then all of a sudden I hear another guy go, "We should Google Jason." And I'm just like, shit. And sure enough, they Googled my name or threw my name into YouTube, immediately found my YouTube links. And a very quick conversation after that led to them finding the Sidebar Cantina. So the secret's
The cat
out.
is out of the bag.
It is. So, but yeah, no, they're all good sports and, they're fun people to work with.
Right.
It's basically like being in the military again because, they are fucking relentless. Like they give me shit all day, but they give each other shit all day too. It's it's like being back in a maintenance squadron.
I was going to say it's like being back in maintenance.
Yeah, my time in maintenance definitely prepared me for this job. So,
Very good.
But that's that. So again, what's up, guys? Hope you're watching. And if you are,
Feel free to jump in the chat.
yeah, and also like and subscribe and all that good stuff.
Yeah.
So
Hit that, smash the like button. Why does it have to be smash?
I don't know.
Somebody told me on my golf trip that I should be watching fucking She-Hulk.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Why?
I
Who the fuck would say that?
don't know. Nope.
Actually, a mutual friend of ours, the John, texted me over this last weekend and is like, "Are you watching Rings of Power?" I'm like, "No." He's like, "Oh, you really should." So I've also got another coworker who's trying to get me into Rings of Power, but I'm just like, I'm a one show at a time kind of guy,
Right. Well, Andor's done now, isn't it?
Or are you being serious?
I don't know. How many episodes are left? I thought it was 6 episodes.
for the first half of the season and then 6 more for the second half.
Oh, I thought it was 2 seasons. I thought we were on a season break.
No.
So when is the next show?
In 2 days.
Oh, I had no idea.
Are you fucking retarded?
My fucking situational awareness is really bad.
Well, that's awesome. This is what happens when you take 2 weeks off, I guess.
Hey, you know what? It was much needed.
Yeah.
So cool. I don't have to wait so long.
Yeah.
I legitimately thought, like, okay, here, this is where this stops, and then we're gonna have like a period of a break before.
Wow. Okay. Well,
I legitimately thought that.
well, we'll get into that because it really end on a logical conclusion point.
It does.
But the season
It does. They do a good job.
will carry on.
Fly, eagles, fly.
But we'll get to that when we get to the main topic. So for now, should we talk about Patreon?
On a road to victory. Yes.
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 So we should talk about Patreon?
You should talk about Patreon.
All right. Well, if you're enjoying the Sidebar Cantina's content, consider becoming one of our Patreon supporters. For as little as $1 a month, you can support this podcast and help make it possible for us to continue to bring you quality content week after week. We'd like to give a huge shout out to our current patrons, Shotgun Mark, Frank Kalevich, Frederick Martin, Lord Helmet Fire, Scott and Kim from the Used and Abused podcast, Ivo G, Kristen Roscom, Nick from Swede Studios, Catherine Rennick, my wonderful mother-in-law Patricia Goodstein, Don Solsky, Nicholas Schaefer, David Schmuck, Wally Frogmore, Tony Ferrari, Brady Big Lovin', and Dragon Buddy. We appreciate each and every one of you. If you'd like to consider becoming a supporter, you can find us at patreon.com/thesidebarcantina. Thank you again to all of our listeners and supporters. You are the reason why we do this. Back to you, Dave.
Red 5 headlines. Oh, I'm gonna sing it. I don't know why. I'm just in that kind of mood.
You do you, man.
It's like, I think it's oxygen deprivation. So, somebody check my oxygen levels. Let's see. All right. Red 5 headlines. The Red 5 Network hosted a mental health hangout this past Friday. Subscribe to Red 5 Network on YouTube and give it a listen. More from Red 5 after the show.
Very well done, Dave. So, no real Star Wars news or a day in Star Wars this week, just because. So, do we want to talk about our weeks?
Yes.
Okay, so
Weeks.
a lot's happened in the life of Jason whilst you were gone golfing.
Indeed.
But I'm going to give you the short version.
The short version?
Yes.
So smooth.
So smooth.
So smooth.
I watched the movie Interstellar.
Yes.
So
That's right. That was this past week.
At the recommendation of one of my coworkers, thank you, Kyle. He's the retired lifeguard. I'm sorry, Coast Guard. Same thing. But yeah, no, he recommended
the ones that should be called Guardians and aren't.
Right. He recommended that I watch Interstellar, and this is something that's been on my radar for a while. And whenever we talk about the movie, like on an episode, we'll get into like histories and when it came out and what was going on. But first time I'd ever seen it,
Right.
I knew almost nothing about this movie. This movie blew my fucking mind. This is one of the greatest movies I've ever seen in my life. It was fucking awesome. And it's already like one of my top 10 favorite movies ever. So I'm not going to get into too much in the way of details because as I texted you a week or so ago, like, hey, we just got to do this as a topic on the podcast. It's that good of a fucking movie. So.
I love me a fucking sciencey movie. We can talk time dilation. We can get into all kinds of fucking astrophysics type shit.
Yeah. So whenever the Star Wars topics slow down, maybe in like November, December timeframe, I want to plug in Interstellar into our topics list because this movie was fucking phenomenal. And if anybody has Paramount Plus, I think, is it Paramount Plus? I can't keep all these fucking streaming services.
I can't either.
I'm pretty sure it's on Paramount Plus.
Just buy it.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's the thing. Like,
it's good. Just buy it.
It was that good. Like, I want to buy like any sort of like ultra fucking multi-disc
here's the
Blu-ray because
I will preview the whatever show that we do and say that it's one of those movies where I mean there's effects, but I don't think they're not going to.
Well, they did practical effects too.
Yeah, they're not going to wear out, is what I'm saying. Like if this is something, it's kind of like you're watching it like Apollo 13, right? You know that that's all pretty much all practical effects for the most part. All the zero G shit they did was actually in the vomit comet. but it's like that where the test of time is you'll be able to watch it the right stuff, watching the right stuff. I mean,
Or I mean, even like think about it, Episode 4, A New Hope, like the practical effects they did for
Yeah.
that. You still watch the theatrical cut of A New Hope, and the effects still look good.
the effects look good because they're practical for sure. But yeah, I would just say it's worth fucking. It's probably $14.99 or some
Yeah.
shit. Just buy it. Just buy it.
Yeah,
Do it.
really worth it. I can't say enough good shit about this movie, and whenever we discuss it as a topic on the show, I'm going to be jizzing all over the place.
Come on, man. Support the cause.
Yeah. What is that? Oh, nice. All right. So, in addition to that, what the fuck? Sorry.
What the fuck?
The mixer, like if you leave it idle for a few minutes, the whole fucking screen goes to the menu. It's stupid.
Has it always done that?
Yeah. Anyway, that's why sometimes there's a delay when you like tee me up for a sound thing.
You got to be able to shut that off.
Maybe, I don't know. I'll read the instruction manual. Never. Anyway, so I have something to add to the
sacred Jedi Pixies!
as I always do. So
Every time.
just one. I only bought one while you were away, and we're quite familiar with this young lady, and it's Riva.
Riva.
So yeah, we got Riva from
Sounds like she should be in the band with the Pips.
yeah. It's the Inquisitor version of Riva before she got all like emotional and crying and everything else. Like Inquisitor Riva was pretty badass,
The
but
gut shot. I like that she's got the separated lightsabers in there with her.
wait, what?
Yeah, see the lightsabers in the side.
Oh shit! I
Yeah.
totally missed that. Nice.
Nice.
So yeah,
It's a good one.
I'm Riva.
I'm Riva. Why am I swear to God, is there a gas leak?
I don't know. Are you okay?
I,
This is the point in the show where Dave has a stroke live on the air again.
yeah, I mean, again. Yeah, exactly.
I made one last purchase while you were gone, and this is why I only bought one Black Series figure also. So let me just see if I can grab it real quick.
That's what she said.
Yes.
Oh, Jesus. Oh,
So our friend Nick from Sweet Studios went shopping with me, and I bought myself a new electric guitar.
which is it's awesome. It's very nice.
Yeah, so it's an Epiphone Les Paul guitar. It's pretty sweet. Like my first electric, because the only one I had before this was an acoustic. I've been playing the guitar a lot more lately, so it's been pretty awesome. And again, thank you to Nick from Sweet Studios. Still got several of your picks laying around, and
like I said to him when
they're fun. They're fun to play with.
Yeah, he was tuning it up. I'm like, oh man, it's so much more fun than acoustic, isn't it? He's like,
Yeah.
oh yeah. Which I mean, shit, that'll just make you want to play it more just because it's more fun.
Oh yeah.
You know, because you can make different sound with it and everything else.
And I don't know if I told you or brought it up here, but I'm actually taking like real guitar lessons now.
yeah. You
Okay,
talked
I did
about
mention
it.
that?
Yeah,
All
you
right.
talked about it on the last show.
All right,
That's-
I couldn't
that's
remember if I brought that up.
spectacular.
Yeah.
I love it.
And it's been going well. It's been going well. I've had a lesson a week, and I can already see myself improving. So
It's awesome.
yes, very awesome.
Can't wait to we have to do some. We'll have to do something for the show. We need to tape a new intro or something.
We'll form the J-Lo band. I'll play guitar. J-Lo will sing.
Oh Jesus. Yeah, we can do that.
Oh, this is going to be great. So, all right. But yeah, I mean, a lot more happened. That's the short and sweet version of my week. So I turn it over to you, good sir.
I had a fairly remarkable week. Obviously, I was on my little vacation. I went and played some golf down in Myrtle Beach. It was probably so. We've been doing this golf trip. I mean,
Keep talking. I can hear you.
it's been the we've been doing the golf trip for probably I think on the trophy it's started in 2002, so it's been 20 years of doing this golf trip down.
2002 wasn't 20 years ago. That was like 10 years ago, right?
I know, right? So yeah, this is we get a group of guys together. It's a bunch. I think I've talked about it before. A bunch of guys that are from New England area mostly. And yeah, we go down and play golf, and it was phenomenal weather, just perfect weather. It's probably the first time in 12 years that it hasn't rained on us at least once
Yeah.
during the week. So the weather was perfect. I played good enough to win the trophy. And so I get it's called the Laddie Trophy.
Nice.
And so I have the Laddie in my possession for a year. I get my name on it for the second time. So I'm stoked about that. And it's about bragging rights, and it's fucking fun. And it was a great time. It really was. Did a fair amount of fucking adult beveraging, like how I just hang on.
Yeah, right there.
Yeah, I wanted to show that. Did a fair amount of adult beveraging, which apparently is still affecting my brain. It's probably why I'm not getting enough oxygen.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of getting to a point though where you're playing golf every day for 4 days, which sounds like it's so hard. It's just a lot. We're not kids anymore. Like when we were doing this when we were younger, we were like at one point when we were first doing this down in Myrtle Beach, because it was truly like a weekend. We do it on a 3-day weekend, and we'd play 2 rounds for 2 rounds one day, 2 rounds the second day, and then 1 round the third day.
Right.
So you're playing 36 holes in one day, and we do that during the summer.
Oof.
Yeah. It was brutal. And then we'd be fucking drinking the entire time.
Oh, of course.
So the fact that we lived through that to get to this point where we could fucking sit in a condo and fucking just have beers and watch a football game
Yeah.
and enjoy it, then that's just proves our maturation and it gotten to that point. So it was a great time. I get to be champion golfer of the year, and I'll fucking wear the title proudly.
Excellent.
I should bring the Laddie Trophy in so that we can
Bring it in next week.
we can display it proudly. Sports wise, this has been a big weekend.
Oh yeah, no, I've been hearing
So-
all about it.
so-
all your Philly teams.
So I got back in time to fucking go to my first ever postseason baseball game with the Phillies.
Okay.
And I was there on Friday night. It was the Phillies versus the Braves. And historically, I hate the fucking Braves. I hate the Braves like I hate Dallas.
Are they still the Braves?
Yes,
But the Indians aren't the Indians anymore.
correct.
Okay.
For reasons.
Yeah.
So the Braves and their stupid fucking chop. Right? So literally, it was like being in a football stadium. Right? It was. I've been in the Citizens Bank Park where they play. I've been there for sellouts before. For normal games, like after 2008 when they had that long run where they were constantly winning. They were selling out the stadium every year for like a decade. Right? So I'd been in there for when it was full, and I'd been in there for when it was loud. It was never like it was on Friday.
Yeah.
Or Saturday rather. Was it? No, it was Friday. Friday. I had never been in a building when it was like that. I've been in football games where it was close to that, but even still, it was not as fucking intense. So we got there, and the first 2 innings were like, good pitching, and it's like, oh fuck, it's just stress. It's just fucking stressful, We're booing and we're doing our thing. Terrible,
As Philly fans do.
terrible rendition of the fucking national anthem, by the way, by the Pennsylvania National Guard fucking quartet of fucking. It was like a musical instruments of fucking. It just was not good.
Right.
They could have done better. Like,
J-Lo could have sang the anthem.
It would have been better. It would have been better. I was disappointed. The flag, they had the PA Air National Guard do the flag detail and do all that stuff. It was fucking awesome. But the rendition of the national anthem left something to be desired. You can do better. Anyway, so Shane Victorino, who was one of the heroes of the 2008 team, threw the first ball out. Everyone was fucking hyped, first couple of things. And I'm like, I'm still trying to dry out from the fucking golf trip. When I drove back on Thursday, I didn't get in till late. I mean, it was fucking, like midnight by the time I got back. So I was fucking tired. Or Wednesday night, and then Thursday I went to work, and then I was wiped. So I'm like, I'm not gonna drink, and then I'm all stressed out. There's fucking 46,000 people. And I'm just like stressed out from the crowd and everything else. I'm like, fuck it, I'm drinking. So I fucking started drinking, and yeah, they had this third inning, and I don't know, your Apple Watch, you have the decibel thing on your Apple Watch?
Maybe.
Where it'll say it. So my Apple Watch, when it gets over 90 decibels, it like gives you an indication like, oh, prolonged exposure, whatever. Dude, it was consistently getting to like 112 to 120 decibels.
Holy shit.
And it was just even like listening to the after shows and everything else, they said the players, everyone were saying it had never been louder, but hit a home run, 3-run home run. The place went fucking ape shit.
Yeah.
And then in my section, I called the next Bryce Harper home run. Right. I'm like, here, he's gonna hit one. This place is gonna fucking explode. Right. He gets up there, boom, hits a fucking home run. The place fucking exploded. It was unfucking believable. Like I got goosebumps. I got goosebumps right now, dude. It was fucking awesome. And it just went from there. So the Braves just were like, they were just punch drunk at that point. They were like, the Phillies just beat the shit out of them. We were mocking their stupid chop at them. Like, we're just, oh god, it was fucking great. It was fucking great. And yeah, they won that game. It was amazing. I did not want to tempt fate. I did not want to tempt fate and even go to the game.
Right.
I wanted to go to at least one postseason game. Like I just wanted that opportunity. I'm glad I did. I didn't jinx them by buying the ticket. I didn't jinx them by getting season tickets. I didn't jinx them by buying that ticket. So far so good. So
I forget sometimes how superstitious you are.
Oh my fucking god. My fucking Irish ass can't help itself.
Yeah.
And so I'm not going to go to the NLCS. I'm not going to do it. If they make the big game, they make the big show, they make the series, then I really want to go to that, because that would be fucking awesome. I didn't go in 2008. I should have. I wanted to, but
Wonder how much tickets for that are going to go for.
probably a lot. But it's it's one of those things where I don't know. So that was Friday. Saturday, Phillies won their game on Saturday, which again, hooray! Crowd wasn't as good as it was Friday, by the way. Again, disappointed.
Yeah.
But they clinched, so now they're going to the championship series. So
And who are they playing?
the Padres. So
Are they good?
they're good enough.
Apparently, yeah. I
They
guess.
beat the fucking Dodgers. So that's what the best part is, right? So the Phillies and the Padres, they both beat teams with over 100 wins, right? So the teams they're like, oh, these are the hands down favorites, like LA to go. The Atlanta was supposed to repeat. So I said, done, out. So it'll be a good series. I think the Padres and the Phillies match up better. I think it'll be better for the Phillies. I think their chances are better against the Padres. So I'm really looking forward to it.
Who's in the championship for the other conference?
I think the Yankees in Cleveland still have a game that they're do or die matches tonight. I think, I'm not sure. Got to root for Cleveland on this one. I don't like the Yankees.
Yeah, I think unless you're a Yankees fan, you probably dislike the Yankees.
Yeah,
much like the Cowboys and many other teams.
it's
out
kind of
there.
a 1 or a 0, right? You're either like the Yankees or you don't.
Yeah.
There's no in between. There's no indifference, at least in my world.
No, I believe it.
So, yeah. So I had all that on Saturday. I was like, hooray! And then fucking Sunday, football on Sunday. The best part is I finished school, by the way. I finished my semester.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, I had my last paper that I had to submit while I was on the golf trip.
Oh, damn.
So like one night I had to fucking stay in. I was up till 1:30 in the morning submitting my fucking shit.
Nice.
So extra techie canceled the game for watch Phillies. Fuck yeah. Of course you do. Of course you do.
Wait, doesn't he like the Cowboys too?
and the Knicks.
Man.
Anyway, well, anyway, fucking Yankees. The Sunday had football, and I could watch it with no guilt because I was done school.
Yeah, that's
So
awesome.
I was able to watch football, and I was able to watch the Bills game, which was a great game, by the way. Like the Bills Chiefs. And by the way, like I'm done rooting for the Chiefs. Like I rooted for the Chiefs. I wanted Andy Reid to get his Super Bowl. He got his Super Bowl. I'm done with the Chiefs.
Okay.
Right? They're too much. There's too much front running. There's too much dick sucking going on for the fuck. All these picking like fucking so much like the Chiefs are the boss. No, I'm tired of hearing about it. I really am. I think the Bills went there. It was just a great football game. It was very entertaining. Bills end up winning. And then that great game rolled right into the Sunday night game for the Eagles, and Eagles beat Dallas. And if you're a Philly fan, right, this is the trifecta, right? This is like, the Flyers are winning, but it's early in the season. Nobody gives a shit. The Sixers, I think their season starts tonight, and that's kind of irrelevant. I don't even want to talk about Penn State. Don't even want to talk about it. But as far as Philly fans go, you got the Phillies in the playoffs, and you got fucking Eagles beating Dallas. This is Super Bowl weekend for us. Like we've been partying since fucking Friday.
Yeah.
Just nonstop. And the fact that it was a Sunday night game, the gates open for tailgating at fucking noon. You had people that were drinking from fucking noon all the way to.
There were people who were probably like fucking.
Oh yeah, dude. There was
annihilated.
a video. I saw it on Twitter. There was a guy that actually had somehow got into the tunnel with the players. He ran out with the players during the introduction. Like, you see him on the video. It's a guy. He's in an Eagle sweatshirt. He's like just running out with the fucking and then they see him coming back. They grab them out off the fucking field and they bring him back in. But yeah, run right out with the fucking tunnel. Obviously, fucking off his tits, fucking drunk.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It was the amount of fucking drinking. I would have loved to have gone to one of the tailgates, just to fucking be in the atmosphere, but I'm still fucking wiped out. My voice and talk about having like congestion and everything else. Like, I'm just getting my voice back from Friday from the fucking game.
Yeah.
And because it was speaking of, it was a great weekend for Philly sports, which, I mean, no, it's not Star Wars related, but I'm a Philly sports guy.
Yeah.
It's part of my makeup, especially Philly and Dallas. That just beating Dallas is just fucking perfect.
Speaking of that game, I had a dose of instant karma involving that game. So about 8:15, 8:30 last night, Kristen and I are talking. I'm starting to think about getting ready for bed. And I'm like, oh, yeah, and the Eagles game is tonight. So I bet everybody's going to be staying up late. I bet everybody's going to be fucking tired as shit tomorrow at work. And I'm going to be laughing at all of them because I'm going to bed at 9. I get in bed and I can't fucking sleep. I couldn't sleep. I couldn't fall asleep for like 3 hours because there was a point where I looked over at the clock. I'm like, well, the game's probably over now. Fuck. So I got shit sleep last night right after talking shit about all the Eagles fans being tired this morning.
There you go.
Yeah.
See? And we were tired this morning. I'll confirm that for you. I'm tired now, but it was fucking worth it. It was 100% worth it.
Yeah.
So root for the Phillies to go to the World Series, just so Dave can get an opportunity to go to the World Series also.
Indeed.
And yeah, what do I have left? Oh, I got a couple pops.
Yes. Yeah, though I already kind of got a look at them.
Yeah. Well,
before the show, but some more to add to the collection. We've got some Fennec Shand going on.
Yeah, so that's a Fennec that I didn't have.
But you have a different one?
There's other Fennecs.
Yeah.
Believe it or not.
Yep. And then we've got the Mithril. He's the guy from the very beginning of Mandalorian. The dude that he
the blue
throws a
guy.
nice fucking Horatio Sands, who apparently is in a lot of trouble right now.
For what?
Apparently having sex with underage girls. Blah, blah, blah.
Oh Jesus! Oh Jesus!
So, yeah, it happens. It's Hollywood. What are you gonna do?
Not diddle underage girls. That's what you do. You don't do that,
Yeah.
or you go to jail. You go to jail. You go to jail and you die.
So anyway, is that the end of your week?
Let's see. Click. Yes, that is in fact the end of my week.
All right. So we ready to get to the main topic today?
I'm ready to talk about some Andor, which I thought was going to be the end of this season, which apparently is not.
I can't believe you're actually serious.
Shit, yes, I am dead serious.
You thought that this episode we saw
was the end of the first season.
Oh man. Oh,
Yeah.
Dave.
I truly did. It had a logical, like, boop. Here it is.
Yeah.
There it is, right here. That was the sound. That was the sound it made of clearly being concluded.
Well-
you had a guy at the end, so yay, I celebrate. You know, that was
Yeah.
it. Like,
I mean, they could have ended it there, but most of us who've actually been paying attention knew that it was a 12 episode season.
eat a dick. But that's fucking, I've got shit going on.
Clearly.
I'm like much like Tom Brady. I have shit going on.
Chewing out his fucking O lineman.
Dude,
I left my wife and kids for this.
fucking idiot, man. What a fucking idiot. Can we talk about how some 40-something who's emaciated to the point of fucking somebody save that man. Like literally. Like this is an intervention. I don't even like you, Tom Brady, but you are emaciated and you need to eat something.
He should have retired after that last Super Bowl win.
He looks like he's a corpse.
Yeah.
Like you see him in some of the things, he's so fucking gaunt. Like his face, you see his facial structure. It looks like the fucking, what's that 110-year-old lady that like you see her laying in the bed, she's like petting a cat or something. Like you see all her like the veins and shit. Her face. I'm like, it's Tom Brady.
Yeah.
You know what he looks like? You know in Beetlejuice when he's in the fucking hospital, like they're in the ER. After they're in the afterworld or whatever, and they're in the ER, and you have the lady that's smoking, and it's all fucking, it's all wrinkled out. That's what he looks like.
Yeah. No, he's definitely seen better days. So
Left a supermodel and his fucking kids to fucking be on a shitty football team right now.
yeah. Yeah, well, hope you're happy, Brady.
Yeah.
He couldn't let the game go, and now it's probably going to cost him everything.
Giselle took the cook in the split.
That's got to be it.
Candy machines. If he was surviving on the candy machines at the training facility, then he would actually have some weight to him.
Yeah.
I think the
He
man
looks sick.
He does. He looks really sick. We put in the background sidebar.
Yeah.
We'll
We'll get to Andor eventually.
In the background, we put fucking Good Morning Football on all the time, right? And you look at Brady in fucking press conferences. The guy just looks terrible. He looks like he's on his fucking 15th fucking chemo treatment.
Yeah.
Like he just does.
Yeah.
Like you're taking Cancer Awareness Month way too fucking far. Fuck cancer, by the way.
Yeah. Do you hear this, Aaron Rodgers? Don't be a Tom Brady. Just ride off into the sunset.
He should have
and
rode off last year because he's a fucking shit show too. Like that fucking Green Bay team is awful.
Yeah.
You know what? There's a reason that people retire out of football in their 30s.
Yeah.
There's a reason. So,
Some people just can't let go.
yep.
Their
There's
whole
enough-
world.
There's enough CTE for everyone, apparently.
Yeah. All right. Anyway, back to Andor.
All right.
So, as we talked about, they kind of alluded to the fact that these episodes were going to be broken down into like isolated stories, and the first 3 episodes were like basically a single story told over 3 episodes,
Right.
and the same is true with 4 through 6.
Right.
And
Which they did very well, considering that I thought it was the end of the season.
right. And episode 4 is titled Aldani, and it starts off with Andor and what's his name, Luther.
Shut up, Donnie. As soon as you said that, that's all I could think about.
Right. But anyway, the dude's he's still trying to convince.
You know what that's from, right?
Big Lebowski.
Okay.
Yeah, come on.
Well, you had that look on your face.
Come
like
on,
you didn't
buddy.
comprehend what I was saying.
Well, no, I just don't understand where that came from. It's like, why?
Because you said Donnie,
No, I said Aldani.
but you said Donnie.
Ah, Jesus Christ.
You said symbolically.
Shut the fuck up, Donnie. V.I. Lenin. Luthen. Thank you, Joker voice. Anyway, so yeah, he's still like, they beat feet out of Andor's old hometown, and Luthen's still like, come on, baby. Join the rebellion.
Come on.
I'll suck your dick. And Andor, obviously, he's still like, I don't know, because he's not sold on the rebellion at this point.
Right.
He's just like, I want to get the fuck out. I want to make some goddamn money. I want to just fucking go and just
Find his sister.
Oh yeah. Well, fuck, that wasn't even brought up at all in these 3 episodes either.
Nope.
So I had completely forgotten about the sister, so I'm glad you brought that up. But yeah,
See, I remember things.
Yeah,
just
so-
not the right things.
right. So he's got his ulterior motives, and he's not sure if he wants to join this rebellion. But Luthen just is like, all right, I'll give you fucking however much it was, like 60,000 or
I don't remember.
a hefty sum of credits, because credits will do fine. And he also gave him that.
You hypnotized me with your hand movement.
I'm like, wow, did that work? And so he agrees to basically be a mercenary for this one rebellion job that we got going on, the Aldani job.
Right.
And
Shut the fuck up, Donnie.
yes, oh my god, every single time I'm gonna be saying Aldani a lot in this episode.
You don't need to.
Well, but then you got the Aldani people when we're talking about them later.
Shut the fuck up, Donnie.
Oh my god. What have I done?
I don't know. Yeah. You know, this wouldn't be happening if I didn't see a Big Lebowski meme earlier today.
Oh really?
Yeah. It was like a whole thing with when Donnie comes up and talks about it's the one where he's talking about the bowling tournament being on Saturday.
Oh yeah.
And he's fucking going nuts about that.
Yeah, I don't do anything on Saturday. I don't answer the phone. I don't watch TV. I don't do this. And I sure as shit don't fucking roll.
Yep. Meanwhile, the dude is fucking freaking out. Girl's gonna die, man.
She kidnapped herself. Anyway.
Shut the fuck up, Donnie.
Yes, please. So yeah, Cassian agrees to basically just do a one-off mercenary job to help with this the heist that they're doing, and they're basically stealing an entire Imperial payroll
Right.
for a whole sector.
Hey, spoiler alert, by the way.
Oh yeah. Fuck. If you haven't seen these yet, then I don't know why you're still here.
I'm just throwing it out there.
No, it's a good call.
I don't want anybody to say like, oh my god, they're talking about spoilers. I wish they had said something.
It's an interesting question you got there, Joker voice. Maybe we'll address that later on as we get going. Anyway, so yeah, he agrees to do that. Takes that a kyber crystal as sort of like a down payment. It's like
Right.
and they call it a sky kyber because it's like blue and glowy. And
Right.
anyway, so he goes down there. Flashback to fucking Coruscant. We get a good look at the ISB headquarters.
Right.
So we've been hearing about the ISB a lot throughout current canon, mostly through Rebels and the one fucking guy. But the ISB has been kind of a big thing.
Well, yeah, and it was big in the books too.
True, yeah. And
Which that kind of like, I disagree with Joker voice when we talk about like fan service so much. Like I think the stuff with the ISB callbacks, maybe it's a lot of expanding universe callbacks for fan service, but I still think
I thought it was great.
Yeah, when I saw the ISB stuff, I'm like, fucking hell, yeah, let's
I love the building because like they got that holographic Imperial symbol outside the building. I'm like, that's sweet. I want one of those in my house.
Yes, can I have one
And then,
in my front yard, please?
And then they go into the fucking building in that fucking conference room. It's just like all white walls, all bright white, so very stale looking and sanitized.
It's supposed to be like CIA headquarters.
Yeah,
right? It's supposed to be like this plain.
Yeah, and all these intelligence officers are all in their fucking white officer uniforms. I'm like, oh, this is pretty badass.
Wait for Thrawn to come walking through down the hallways.
Exactly. Yeah. And yeah, he was there during this time. Yeah, because this was 10 years before Rogue One, and I think Rebels was 5 years before. So
well, he was in the Imperial Navy though. He wasn't necessarily ISB, but
yeah, either way,
still white uniform, blue guy.
Mm-hmm.
But I digress.
Yeah, but just I love the whole aesthetic of this fucking ISB headquarters and everything. It was fucking sweet.
And even the dickbag fucking guy that comes in the fucking conference room. When they're like, all right, here's all. Basically, this is a meeting with the department heads. Yeah. Right. And so this guy comes in there and he's basically going, you all suck. I expect better of you, but I'm not going to give you any tools for you to get better. Go fuck yourselves.
Yeah.
And this is basically every meeting as a maintainer you ever sat in. It's like, you all have to do better, and I'm not going to give you any resources to do it. Mm-hmm. So figure it the fuck out. Stop sucking. Dismissed.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's basically your fucking meetings.
Mm-hmm. And this is all setting up this this conflict we've got between Dedra, the blonde intelligence agent, and then the other guy who his jurisdiction was Andor's home planet, where all the fucking shit happened in the first 3 episodes.
Juris my diction crap.
What?
Just shove it up your ass.
What are you talking about?
Juris my diction crap.
What is that from?
Shove it up your ass.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
I don't know. It's in my. It's popped out in my head.
Oh my god, Dave, are you okay today?
I know. Apparently not.
Oh my god.
Give me any of that Juris my diction crap. I'm gonna shove it up your ass. It may be Beverly Hills Cop.
It's been a long time since I've seen that movie. But anyway, so yeah, they it's setting up this conflict between her and that other officer. Kind of like, basically it's figurative dick measuring contest where it's like, this is my jurisdiction because blah blah blah. And ultimately, this Dedra chick, she's on to something bigger. She senses or has a feeling that there is a bigger, more organized rebellion going on, and all of these little isolated incidents.
It's the Matrix.
Part of that.
It's from the Matrix.
Oh.
It's when they're going to pick up. It's the very beginning of the Matrix when they're going to pick up Trinity.
Mm-hmm.
And he says something to Agent Smith. This lieutenant says to Agent Smith, "If you give me any of that Juris my diction crap, you can shove it up your ass."
So sidebar. So I saw the first Matrix once it hit DVD.
Right.
Really enjoyed it. Went to see the second one in theaters on opening weekend. After seeing the second one, the Matrix series was dead to me, and I have not thought about it, have not watched any of it. Matrix is just a distant memory for me.
I really enjoy the first one.
Yeah.
I've seen the others. I've read books. I still come back to the first one, like ignoring that the other ones.
And that's what they should have done. They should have ignored that everything else didn't exist.
I don't. They could have done it better. There could have been, but the Matrix by itself can stand alone.
Yeah.
Very, very well. And it does. I think you should rewatch it.
Oh, I'm fine with the first Matrix. I love the first one.
Right. But I'm saying, just rewatch it and pretend like the other ones don't exist. I think it's a very.
Oh yeah, I've been doing that.
It's one of the best movies.
Yep. Anyway, all right. So we're like 5 minutes into the first episode of Andor at this point.
Somebody count how many sidebars we've gotten into.
Yeah. So Luthen takes Andor to Aldani, and we meet Vel, who's the girl who's in charge of the whole fucking heist down on the planet. And I got the feeling with her back and forth with Luthen, because he was kind of like fucking direct with her at one point. You know, he's like fucking yelling at her, like, didn't you fucking lead? You know, you wanted to fucking lead a mission, then this is yours. You fucking do it, or, piss off. And I almost wonder if she's like his daughter.
That's what I thought too. I picked up on this like father-daughter type vibe.
Yeah.
And they don't go anywhere with it. But you definitely pick that up, where it's like, okay, there's a familiar.
Yeah, they're definitely familiar with each other, and he wants her to do better. He wants her to be successful, but at the same time, he's not gonna pull any punches, and he's telling her to get her shit together.
Speaking of, do you think Luthen and the fucking the other broad in his shop, are they? Like, is that wife 2.0, you think?
Maybe. It could be.
That can't be the original fucking broad.
No. Like
if he did produce a daughter, then she's kind of young. Like, he's doing well for himself with that.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think.
Well, that's I would imagine, like, aristocratic, art shop owners are probably rolling in the pussy, right?
No, no, not really.
I bet he could probably tempt Mon Mothma away from her marriage.
Yeah, well, she seems to be in a loveless marriage.
Yeah, but we'll get to that. So yeah, there was a scene too where as fucking Luthen and Vel are arguing down outside, Andor's still in the ship, and he's looking at the controls like, I could just fucking steal this thing right now. And then that little fucking robot eye just, zzz, is there something I can help you with? It's like, no, nothing.
No, I'm good.
It's like, shit. But I thought that was a really funny scene. Then we flash to, so the local security guys, to include Deputy Inspector Karn from the first 3 episodes. Him and his boss, that told him, don't get involved in this fucking thing. Just write up a quick report and be on your way. He obviously disregards all of those orders. And now they're all three of those main guys in charge are all getting shit canned. And they're getting fucking lectured right in front of the Imperial guys.
Here comes the ISB. Like, you know what? We're going to go ahead and take over anyway. So, thanks for expediting this process. That was going to happen anyway. So, good job.
Yep. And then, of course, the one guy, Karn's boss, is like, I had nothing to do with this.
Right.
And it's like, shut the fuck up.
Fucking punk.
Yeah.
Which, that seems about right.
Mm-hmm. But, of course, the guy that they focus on is Karn.
Right.
And...
which
they've got to be going somewhere with this.
I hope so.
Because over these next 3 episodes, it's him going home to his fucking mom's house.
Right.
And then him sulking in his mom's house.
Right.
For like 6 scenes.
Eating some like
blue milk and cereal.
Right. And Cocoa Crisp. Like, which looked delicious, by the way. Like,
it looks just like it smells. Delicious.
Oh my God. And no politics in the chat, by the way. I don't understand.
They have to be going somewhere with that.
Going back to moms. And it's not like it's just a quick scene. It's like this whole drawn out.
Yeah.
You have music to it.
Like, and talking about like this long fucking diatribe about his fucking uncle and how his uncle's going to find him a fucking job.
Gonna find you a job. Do it for mama.
Yes.
I'm so disappointed in you.
And it's like these scenes go nowhere until I think it's the 3rd or the 6th episode where
just pull on your cock and balls for a little bit.
Right, where he's again at his mother's house and he's glaring at that fucking hollow of Andor.
Right.
So apparently he's still got a grudge.
He's gonna pull on his cock and balls.
Even though he's the fucking idiot that disobeyed orders and
it's all his fault.
Yeah, and fucked up.
I'm gonna tell your uncle it wasn't your fault. You're very sorry.
Yeah.
And then you're gonna pull on your cock and balls just for a little bit.
Yeah, but that was, I don't know, it was weird that they kept going back to his fucking mom's house and having those awkward scenes for whatever reasons.
I just I want so this first episode of this trifecta, right? We got a point where we were like nice and dark, and I think we kind of leveled off a little bit. I would have loved for him to have gotten like, I'm going to take a ship and I'm just going to crash into something, and just ends it in some spectacular explosion.
Yeah,
that would have been. I'm not saying that suicide is the answer. I'm just saying it would have been fun for him.
Yeah.
Do it for mama.
So yeah, we after he drops Andor off and like all these people that are like planning this whole fucking heist, none of them want anything to do with them. They're like, what the fuck? You're adding this guy like 3 days out from the big heist. And
which makes sense.
Yeah. But they're all giving him shit. Now, the interesting thing is, so I watched all of these episodes twice. Because when I watch these, Kristen and I watch them for the first time together.
Right.
We'll just, lay on the bed, watch the shows. I won't be taking notes or anything because then what happens is while she's working on the weekends, I'll rewatch the episodes. That's when I take my notes. And when we watched this episode 4 for the first time and, all the fucking crew from the heist all come up and you're like, okay, it's just a random smattering of fucking people. I don't know who any of these fucking jackweeds are.
Right.
But rewatching it the second time after watching all 3 episodes, I'm like, oh, now I know something personal about all 5 of these characters. And it's actually pretty cool the way they, in this short time span, they actually gave these characters personalities and lives, and
Right.
they really did a good job of setting up for that final episode.
They got their gay couple in there. They got their
Yep.
they have the antagonistic fucking bruiser that they need to have in there. They got their stormtrooper turned guy. They got a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
They got fucking annoying nerd manifesto.
Yeah, the
poem kid.
idealist.
Yeah, the kid who would if this was a fucking King Arthur or a Robin Hood thing, he would have a fucking a ukulele and a goddamn a drum.
Yeah.
I'm not saying he's a hippie. I'm just saying
He's pretty close though.
yeah.
And then of course we get the scene back on Coruscant where Luthen gets to his art shop, and he goes through this whole fucking sequence of like putting on the fucking wig
Right.
and doing the makeup.
Have a montage.
And he's even got to like do the gestures and he's got to like, it's like he's getting into character.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's so different from that fucking
Yeah.
that hard guy that keeps talking to Cassian versus this. Oh, come into my shop. I've got this lovely new coins that are 10,000 years old.
I think about it. If you're gonna run a spy network and you're the chief spy, basically,
Yeah, you gotta have
that's
a good cover.
That's what you fucking do.
Yeah,
It's either that or you know what? Never mind. I'm not even gonna start talking down that road.
yeah.
Have I been drinking? No.
Are you asking me?
No.
Oh my God, I don't know what's going on right now.
What? Anyway, what?
Anyway,
No idea what's going on.
and Mon Mothma visits him at the gallery, and they
Right.
have sort of a behind the scenes discussion
Right.
as she mentions, and this was actually a really cool scene when she goes to the back and she's like, look, they're watching me more. I can't move my fucking money around as much. Every time I go out, there's like new people fucking at every single thing. So, you're really getting the sense that the Empire is kind of tightening their grip a little bit,
Right.
realizing that there is some sort of an organized rebellion going on out there.
Right.
And there's got to be some money behind it. So they're probably watching all of these fucking senators a lot closely.
Yeah. Especially ones that are like, she's obviously putting bills out there that are, pro anti empire
Right.
ish,
Yeah.
which is they had horrible English. Horrible.
English, motherfucker. Do you speak it?
Horrible. What the actual fuck,
Well,
Dave?
and you mentioned that scene. I think we're jumping ahead in episode when it comes to that particular scene where she's on the Senate floor and she's like proposing bills and shit. And it's exactly like it is in episode 1, even though we're now in the Empire days. And it's just a nice lead in to let you know that up until episode 4, when fucking, Tarkin walks in and says the Emperor has dissolved the Imperial Senate permanently.
Right.
So up to that point, the Senate was still meeting. They were still fucking pitching bills and all of that other shit, even though obviously Palpatine had control over a lot of what was going on. There were some idealists like Miss Mon Mothma who was still trying to do some good stuff.
Right.
It's just interesting to think that right up to the point of A New Hope, the shit was still going on.
Yeah.
So just something kind of cool to think about. Now we actually get to see it in action
Yep.
in this.
And see how it ruins a marriage and relationship with her children.
Oh, yeah, because I mean, we might as well talk about it now because I've got the notes about her husband. First of all, like her husband looks like a fucking hipster Jedi. Like, I don't know what look he's going for there.
He looks like what was the name of that Jedi? He's the one that he ended up staying on a planet. Jack. I don't know, but he was a powerful Jedi, but he was kind of a hipster. He's like, you know what? I'm not going back to the council. I'm just going to be out here protecting this. He was supposed to be protecting this princess or whatever, and she became the queen, and he stayed.
Right.
I forget what book it was from. I don't know if it was Expanded Union. Why? What is happening? What is wrong with me today?
I don't know, man.
Fucking hell, man. My synapses are Jason is watching me short circuit, which, by the way, sidebar. You know, I'm into Adam Savage, right?
Yeah.
Adam Savage from Mythbusters.
You brought him up a handful of times.
Slurring my words. He has a video that I saw posted. He's doing something with the original fucking short circuit robot.
Ooh, really?
Yes.
Johnny Five is alive. I fucking love Short Circuit, by the way.
That is a great movie.
That's
a great movie.
Love that movie.
Steve Guttenberg at
Hell
his
yeah.
fucking best.
Ali Sheedy.
Ali Sheedy is hot as shit. The robot is fucking fantastic.
Yeah.
Dialogue is amazing. It's a great movie.
Oh, Newton Crosby.
Yeah, it is one of the best. It is one of the absolute best. And probably the reason that Gen Xers look at Indians the way that they do.
Yeah.
Like, this is why we have this stereotype, because of this.
This movie
This is
right
what
here.
you gave to us.
Yeah.
Like, God damn it. You could have helped yourselves out. Seriously. Because that's in my head all the time.
That and a poo. from
Well,
The
yeah,
Simpsons.
also,
So
yes.
Between those two, we have very bad stereotypes
It's not
for
good.
Indians in our head.
Not good.
It's not our faults.
It's not. It's society's fault,
Yes. It's just the world we grew up in.
or the media, or something.
Yes. But not our faults.
It's definitely not our fault.
So Mon Mothma's husband,
Is a punk.
yeah, he's kind of a, well, you know what? I actually didn't dislike him except for his appearance. Like
Oh.
the whole fucking hipster Jedi with the fucking man bun and all that. It's like, what's going on with you? But besides that, he's just like, I just want to have a fucking party. You can tell he's like a fucking rich guy, right? He's a rich guy who's got powerful fucking political friends, probably, you know, got introduced to this fucking Senate broad one day and she's like, oh, okay, I like her.
When she was still fun.
Yeah,
she was
yeah.
probably, you know.
Yeah, had just gotten to the Senate. It was her first term. You know, she was
Right.
really excited. And, you know.
She wasn't bogged down with all the other bullshit, and then the rebellion on top of it, you know, kind of running that side fucking hustle.
But yeah, and he's the type of guy that throughout the reign of the Empire, he's probably still like, look, I got my millions. I'm just going to keep riding this. You know, I'm going with whoever's in charge at this point, and he's riding with the Empire. And you know, he's still got all of his powerful friends in the Senate. And when she's like, well, that guy he stopped my bill from getting passed, and now you want me to have dinner with him? It's like, yeah, he's still my fucking friend. You know, some people know how to separate politics from real life. a lesson that a lot of people nowadays could learn from. But
Well, unfortunately, to some people, politics is real life.
yeah, which that's going to take us down a road I don't really want to go down. But you have that similar type of thing going on with
Path there it goes.
with this fucking relationship. Like it's very strained because they have these idealistic differences, and she's like way over the edge. She's like the politics is her
this,
life,
like the
you know.
way this is the
this-
universal sign of way over the edge.
Yes. you know what I'm saying.
I don't know that the listeners are picking up on this gesticulation.
And I wrote in my notes, she's not very likable. And I then wrote, is she supposed to be Nancy Pelosi? ? Exclamation point.
No. So I'm going to give you the alternate view of this. That I empathize with her more
Okay.
because, all right, what time is it? I really feel like when you get to a certain position, you take on certain responsibilities, that those responsibilities kind of start to overtake your, like, what some would consider like normal, right? So your priorities shift. And when your priorities are shifting so far away from like your family and stuff like that, then the way to kind of recage that is not to do what they're doing. That what they're doing is they're just being fucking assholes about it. Like, oh, I'm just gonna plan this around what you're doing and everything else. Like, it's not the way to. Like, I don't know, I'm doing some psychoanalysis here, but it's like, okay, you have somebody you met that was in a position of power. This person has gotten more power. They have a much larger responsibility, and they take that responsibility seriously. And when you're in that, that's like the office of the president. If you think about it, like if you're the president of the fucking United States and your fucking kid's having a hissy fit, go have a fucking hissy fit somewhere else.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm dealing with, I got some guy that's sitting on top of a nuclear missile right now. He's gonna lob over fucking Japan,
Mm-hmm.
right? And you got a 15 million Japanese people are fucking panicking right now, and they're looking to me for an answer.
Yeah.
And you're pissing and moaning about a fucking, whatever, a ride to the fucking soccer game. Like, shut the fuck up.
Mm-hmm.
Go away. Like, that's, anyway, I'm a jerk off, but I empathize with that. I was like, okay, I can see how when she's gotten obviously to that station in her life when she's that representative and there's a lot of shit going on. And at some point you have to be like, yeah, this is that. At some point we'll get the real person back,
Mm-hmm.
and you hope for that. And I know for me, when I retired from the military, I think it was a lot like that because I took on a lot of that. I mean, you remember how I was.
Oh, I do.
And that was a lot of me. And that's me when I'm fucking doing shit with Lodge. That's me like, if I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it to its fullest extent. Damn the torpedoes. If I have a responsibility, I'm going to fucking do it to my absolute 115 fucking %. Cause I don't want somebody to look at me and say, you could have done more.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to get, again, kind of reversing the psychology on that is you have to realize that like, no, you don't have to. Like it's all internal. But
yeah. See, I'm on the complete opposite end of the spectrum. I'm all about taking care of number one. Everything else is
but it's
secondary.
But that's to me that was number one.
Yeah.
That I was taking care of number one.
Yeah. For me, number one is me and my family.
Yeah. But again, I empathize with her. I don't associate with her and with any of these fucking our current idiot political ideologies.
Yeah.
Like it's a fairly, I would imagine that in a normal political situation that this is a fairly common thing.
Yeah.
This is not an extraordinary occurrence with somebody who's in a position like that has to balance have a work-life balance when you're in that type of position.
Yeah. So before we get going down too many rabbit holes, we get to what? Oh, we get to a point where
The sidebar cantina.
right, where Lieutenant Gorn shows up. Now he's the guy who's the actual Imperial officer who's still acting as an Imperial officer. He's their inside guy, basically.
Right.
And I gotta say, he's probably my favorite character of all of these like heist characters.
Right.
Like I really like him because he's really still playing that role of the fucking asshole Imperial officer.
Oh, yeah.
But at the same time, you see it's all, a sham, and he's all doing this just to kind of get the plan rolling and everything. But he shows up on a fucking speeder, the same speeder they had in Andor, and they nailed the sound.
Yeah, you hear
perfect sound as it's pulling up. It's just like, oh.
Star Wars.
And there's a couple of
When
satisfying.
you get that reminder, like, oh yes, this is Star Wars.
Yeah, and that's the thing too, because
Like when the TIE fighter fucking comes screaming by. Like,
yeah, when they're at the camp and the fucking
oh Billy.
because you get a couple of those scenes where they get fucking skimmed by a TIE fighter, like these TIE fighter patrols, just like fucking cruising in the area. And I know every time that
Oh
happened.
my fucking god, dude! If I was a TIE pilot on patrol and there's just a bunch of random fucking farmers, I'd be like, all right, we're just gonna
We're gonna buzz the tower.
we're in this is we're in country. Like there's no there's no hard deck here, right?
Yeah.
We're gonna work on our low levels in this valley, and fucking there's people down there. Shame.
That reminds me of the first time I was stationed in Oman. We had a Brit fighter unit there with us, and I think they were F-15s. I can't remember what they were flying, but they did a fucking low level over the fucking camp. Like I feel like I could have like reached up and touched the fucking plane. It was like whoa, right over where all of our fucking tents and everything were. I'm like fuck, just some guy fucking around, but same kind of idea. Anyway, they explain that this whole heist is predicated around this the Eye of Aldani event, which is the quote unquote meteor shower. What it actually is like a bunch of fucking like it's like a crystal band a band of like crystal fucking meteors, asteroids, or whatever that the planet passes through once every 3 years as part of its orbit, and it fucking lights up the sky. And oh man, we'll get to it when we get to that scene. But that's what the whole heist is based around, because that's going to be the thing that kind of covers their escape. And
which is I think they portrayed that brilliantly. Like that was, it's not a like, oh, here's the Leonid meteor shower, right? That's like this like small event. When they were describing it, I was expecting, just because they had some random meteor activity, right? As we get through the next couple episodes, every once in a while you get one. Yeah. And I was not expecting the event that they displayed.
Yeah. But they were talking it up. They did a good job of building it up the whole time.
For sure. Like I can see why it would be a religious experience.
Yeah. And because it's funny too, in that second episode, I think it is, when they're the Lieutenant Gorn is going around and making sure like all the shit's ready for their visitor and all this other stuff for the next day. Something wasn't like fucking painted right down in the like the landing bay. He's like, get your fucking guys down here and they're gonna repaint this tomorrow night. And they're like, sir, that would really kill morale. A lot of people, really think that the only good thing about being stationed here is getting to see this event and blah, blah, blah. And he's like, all right, but make sure this gets done right away, Right. So, and that's exactly like something that we would have seen back in the day in the military too. Yeah. But,
and it's like, okay, I'm gonna pretend like I'm giving a little bit here, even though this is exactly what I want, because I want less people in this fucking room. So when we come in here to do the heist, that we can pull this off.
Yep. And then the episode pretty much closes back at the ISB, where that Deidre chick is really trying to piece together this whole rebellion thing. She's like, okay, so they're random attacks, but they're too spread out to be really random. So she's on to something. Like she can feel like the greater rebellion is going on here, much to the chagrin of that Blevin guy. That's the dude whose actual jurisdiction this all fell under. And that's kind of where the episode ends.
It's the first one still?
Yeah, so that's the first one. And in hindsight, it's a lot of setting up, but I think it did a really good job of setting it up. Yeah. And we barely touched on like Cassian's interactions with the other people in the camp and everything. It was all really well done though.
Yeah, it was very combative. Like it was as you would expect it to be. Like people in the camp were like super like standoffish and combative. You get some idea like the backgrounds of some of the people, and you can kind of see it coming together. Yeah, I agree. It was well done. I watched the episode 4 the week it came out.
Okay, so it's been a couple of weeks.
Yeah, so it's been a couple of weeks. So I'm like, okay, it was bleeding into the other episodes.
Well, and it's interesting too, because I feel like these first 2 episodes really are kind of like one big setup for that final episode.
Yeah, for sure.
Which rolling right into the next episode, episode 5, The Axe Forgets, which that's mentioned very early on. It's because like that Skeen guy, he's the dude with the fucking tattoos from the heist. He mentions that the axe forgets, but the tree remembers kind of thing. Right. When talking about the Empire and everything. But it starts off where they steal Cassian's gear while he's asleep, to like go through his shit, make sure everything's legit. And of course it was that Skeen guy, real skeevy looking dude. And then they have a bit of a back and forth, and apparently like the tattoos that he has were like markings from something that Andor was familiar with. I got to do some more research on this and exactly what the fuck they were talking about.
I was trying to pick up what he was really talking about. I didn't. It's probably in the show notes. People in the chat probably know better than we do.
They were alluding to a lot, but not really just being overtly like, you were part of this army.
It's probably right in the Wikipedia. Probably just take a second to just look at it.
Yeah. And while you're looking for that, we get a flash of Mon Mothma's daughter this time. Right. Tensions are already high with the husband. Then the fucking daughter walks in, and the daughter also wants pretty much nothing to do with with her senator mother. And she's like, no, go fuck yourself. You're just doing this thing to kind of like, parade me out. And
she's being a teenage girl.
Yeah. So, and then of course the husband's just like,
consider yourself lucky.
Yeah.
Consider yourself lucky. This is what having a teenage girl is like. Yes. That is what it's like.
Yeah, I wouldn't know.
Especially being combative with their mother.
Yeah.
That's 100%.
Yeah, I'll have to take your word for it.
Yes, you will.
Yeah, and yeah, so it seems like it's the husband and the daughter versus Mon Mothma, which, kind of makes me wonder how that's all going to end. I have a feeling like the husband's probably going to be an Imperial sympathizer, might even roll over on our girl when he finds out she's all wrapped up in the rebellion. But that's
because you don't see him later, like hanging out in any of the fucking thing. Maybe he's a Bothan spy.
oh maybe.
Oh, no, Bothan. Yeah, me too. Because that'd be a weird.
Yeah,
That'd be a great costume. Maybe that's why he's dressed that way. Just because I'm dressed this way does not make me a Bothan. What the fuck is wrong with me?
I have no idea.
Shit. See?
What does this mean? Planning meeting with models. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I, again, wouldn't know, sadly. But so they're having this planning meeting where they're basically going through all these models and they're like trying to figure out what the fuck, or they're basically get Cassian up on the plan. And they're talking about flying that little transport. I don't even know what you would call that little box ship that they steal.
I don't know.
Yeah, out of the fucking
a truck.
Yeah,
It's basically a fucking fucking armored truck.
yeah, and yeah,
This is like you could basically remove space effects and this is just a fucking bank heist.
pretty much. Yeah,
This is a bank heist. They got to drive out of fucking some federal vault. Like, all right, we're gonna rob Fort Knox. Dun, 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 You're gonna have a montage.
Yep. But yeah, no, Andor decides that he's gonna pilot the ship if they're doing this.
Yeah. Yeah, because he's like, how do you set the weight? They could just like, the weight and balance. They're having a weight and balance discussion.
Yeah.
Right, which is what I immediately thought of. Like, they're really talking about the CG of the fucking ship right now. Are they really doing this?
Yeah, and he's like, "What do you mean you didn't fucking run the numbers, or
Yeah,
you don't know
what?
how the fuck you're gonna take this?"
You don't know, do you? It's like,
Yeah.
no, there's a fucking knob. It's underneath this thing right here. And they're like, oh. Like, you didn't know that? What were you going to do if I wasn't here? I was like, well, we'd figure it out. I'm like, Jesus.
Yeah,
It's like, I'm fucking flying. Fucking retards.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
we get
I'm sorry, you're not allowed to say that.
Yeah, I've already said it once this episode, so
You said retards this
yeah,
episode?
yeah, very early on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I'll double down.
yeah.
Retards.
He was a retard.
You're welcome.
So we get a couple flashes again, like we already talked about. Fucking Karn at his mom's house, just randomly mixed in with all of this other shit going on.
Cock and balls, just for a little bit.
Yep.
I got the table. The table looks very uncomfortable.
After a bunch of like marching practice and shit,
Apparently he only eats cereal because that's all he likes.
yeah, it's the depression. When you're depressed, you just sit around and eat cereal.
Oh, it's a little comfort food, so we can pull his cock and balls for a little bit.
Yeah. So they leave their camp and they're starting to head towards the military base. And Skeen at one point fucking puts a knife to Andor's throat because nobody's trusted him up to this point still. Like everybody's like had reservations, and he caught a glimpse of like the gold chain.
Right.
And he fucking takes the Kyber, and we have this other big confrontation where they basically reveal that Cassian is a mercenary and he's not there for the fucking rebellion. He's there for the money. But he gives this great speech about how they're just basically using this because they're all fucking afraid and they don't know if they want to go through with it tomorrow.
You want to pussy out, right? Yeah, so you're going to use me as your fucking excuse?
Yeah, because he said if it's not me, then it's going to be something else. And it was a really good speech that he gave, and you even see that the next day.
I am Inigo Montoya. Like, this is my speech. Prepare to die.
Yeah, but like he was right though, because the next day you see fucking Vel as they're about to initiate the heist and everything, and she's like having fucking cold feet, and she's like hesitating making the call.
I thought that honestly that call was based on the fucking heights. I thought she was afraid of heights. Like literally, she looked over the side, and I'm like, is she really afraid to fucking do the zip line?
I mean, I guess that could be the case. I mean,
because that's where you saw that moment was when she was looking over at the zip line. So maybe it was just the poignancy of like, okay, this is the point of no return.
Yeah.
And that was kind of the element. But to me, what I got out of that was like she looks to her girlfriend and she's like,
Spoiler alert.
Is that secure? And she's like, yeah. Right. Come on. Like the girlfriend, Indian girlfriend, was obviously the butch one, right? Who could tie a fucking knot. And she's like, yeah, it's secure. Let's go. Are we going? Right. I think it was the fucking jump. She didn't want to fucking do the jump.
Okay. I mean, it could be either, honestly, but I feel like Andor was onto something when he's like,
I think she looked over to the side and pooped herself a little bit and didn't want to fucking do the zip line.
Yeah, I could see that. And the cute Indian girl that you referred to, her name is Cinta, I believe. I have her written down. Yeah, Cinta, who a lot better looking than Vel. Vel looks like she's seen.
She's been ridden hard and put away wet.
Yeah, but yeah, Cinta, she's cute.
Agreed.
Yeah, not as cute as our girl from the first 3 episodes, but
No, she is not.
yeah,
Number 1. That's her name.
number one.
Number
Yes,
one.
number one.
She will always be referred to as
Yeah.
number 1. You will give her proper respect.
I will do that. And, as you alluded to, apparently Cinta prefers the company of other women, so that does bump her up a little bit as well. So
There you go.
Anyway, we digress. That's pretty much all I have. Oh yeah, another scene with Mon Mothma and her husband. Now they're riding back from something. They're in the fucking car, and tensions are high again. And that's where we get that meme that Lunar Girl posted on our social media earlier, where it's a marriage story,
Right.
with Mon Mothma and her guy, and they're both just kind of sitting in the car, sort of looking away from each other.
Right. Looking out the window. Hey, can we take the expressway to make this fucking car ride go sooner? Like, that's just, okay. Like,
I love it. Like,
Yeah.
I love the
Yeah.
fact that, in Star Wars, we've got this marriage that's got all this fucking tension and animosity.
there's got to be a reason for it, right? There at some point we have to be okay. It's not just a, it's not just a workaholic and her distancing herself from her fucking family.
Mm-hmm.
There's got to be a breaking point with this. Maybe it's that breaking point that pushes Mon Mothma completely over to the rebellion. Maybe at some point this for her is just that, okay, I'm committing myself enough to the cause with money and things like that, but I'm not the person just standing in the fucking, the bridge of a ship,
right.
Killing off Bothan spies yet.
Yeah.
Maybe the next thing that happens is some fucking, John Ryan shit where they're coming to fucking kill her family and they shoot everybody in the face and she lives and like now she's now she's a mercenary and she's now I'm gonna kill people.
Hey, you never know.
Mon Mothma, badass.
I wouldn't go that far, but
Well, why not? Why not do it? I want more dead people. Kill more people.
Yeah.
Not enough dead people.
fair enough. And then like the last shot of the fucking episode is that scene I was talking about before with Karn staring at that fucking hollow of Cassian Andor. Like he's still obsessed with him.
And he's
like
gonna pull out his cock and balls.
well, he didn't learn his lesson. He fucking he got himself and his 2 other officers fired. He has to go now live with his fucking mom, and he's still obsessed with fucking Andor. It's like, come on, dude, let it go. Like, get your shit together. But
I can tell you, spoiler alert, he's not going to let it go.
yeah, because if he was gonna let it go, then we'd never see the motherfucker
Yeah,
again.
there's no Frozen here. He's not letting this go.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to do something stupid,
Yeah,
and hopefully it'll fucking be epic with explosions and dead bodies.
yeah, perhaps.
Maybe. Hopefully. Is it weird to hope that? Probably is. Right? No?
Nah,
All right.
I think you're good.
Come on, let's get to the fucking TIE Fighter part.
All right, so episode 6, the Eye, referring to the Eye
Yes.
of Aldani, which is the big event. So it starts off.
Shut the fuck up, Donnie.
We have these 2 smug fucking Imperial officers on Aldani talking about the locals. And we've got Colonel Pedigar and Commandant Behaz.
Right.
And they're just sitting there talking about how fucking simple and stupid the locals are and how they make the fucking trek up and, just basically how the Imperials have been treating them since they fucking occupied the planet. And you're just listening to these guys and they're like, these smug motherfuckers.
I totally believe it.
Yeah.
It's such a believable thing. I don't know if it's just a bias.
Mm-hmm.
but I can totally see that.
And the whole time too, you've got Lieutenant Gorn standing in the background. You can just tell he's just like, ugh.
Yeah. And we find out this episode, or did we last episode, why Gorn turned?
I think they alluded to it last episode where she basically mentions that he fell in love with a local girl
Right.
and lost her promotion and then lost the girl, whatever that means.
Right. Which means the Imperials killed her.
Probably.
Right. So yes, he has vengeance on his mind.
Yep.
Because reasons.
Yes. And then of course the other guy is a former stormtrooper, which we find out in this episode.
Right.
He was a.
But he dies like a little punk.
Well, and is it weird too that they killed off the 2 black men in this that are part of this group?
I didn't even think about that, but now that you've mentioned it,
Yeah. Tragic.
that's Jason. Why'd you bring that up?
Because I noticed that when they did, I'm like, did they just kill the only 2 black men on this team?
Oh my god! See now. Oh god! Oh my god! Oh my god!
I didn't write the show. Okay.
I know, Jason. I know.
Tony Gilroy or whatever the fuck the guy's name is.
It's not your fault.
Yep.
It's not your. Oh my god! Why did they do that? Of all the things.
Yeah.
Of all the things.
Yeah. I don't know.
Anyway,
Tamamin is the other guy's name. The guy that was the stormtrooper.
is that some sort of spice?
No, that's the dude's name.
Sounds like a spice. Tamamin?
Yeah.
That's got to be it.
He's one of the Spice Boys.
Oh, we should have an Alexa in here.
Oh God.
We needed a fucking Alexa in here.
I don't know because that bitch would be chiming in all the time when we're not talking to her.
We'd have to fucking ask, be like, Alexa, who is Tamamin a fucking spice?
Spice.
And she'd be like, listen, bitch, just stop it. It's not funny. Just stop it. And I'd be like, Alexa, why don't you go fuck yourself? And then Alexa would be like, watch your mouth, you fucking potty mouth whore.
Yeah.
And then, Dave is thinking turmeric. Thank you, chat. Thank you.
Anyway, so early on in this episode, we get the first shot of the meteors going over because you had mentioned like it starts off with just like one at a time.
Right.
Now, if you're listening or watching this episode and you've got like headphones on and you got the volume cranked up, the fucking sound.
What the fuck?
Was that an explosion? Or was that just the train? You heard that though, right?
Yeah, I heard that.
Oh, sorry guys. Like as soon as I said that sound, like a fucking huge like explosion sound just happened behind us.
There's a thunderstorm. Right, guys.
Oh, okay.
Holy shit, that timing was epic.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I hope they you know what I doubt they heard it. I doubt they heard it.
Probably not.
Like legitimately, people. Like you're gonna see it on our faces. Like as soon as he said that, there was a huge thunderclap.
Yeah, just boom.
Wow, that was fucking amazing.
Yeah. So anyway, if you're watching this episode and you got like headphones in and you got the sound turned up, the sound of those meteors going over is fucking awesome. It's like, whoa.
Now I'm gonna have to do that.
Sorry. But yeah, like listen to that, like with the volume turned up. Those meteor sounds, those individual meteors that go over a few times in the beginning of this episode sound fucking sweet. Whoever the sound guy is on this fucking show. Oh, speaking of sound and music, but not the sound of music. Did you notice that the music at the beginning of every episode is different when it shows the Andor logo?
No.
Yeah, I noticed that after like episode 4 or 5. I'm like, wait a minute. Is this different music every single time the fucking Andor logo comes on? And then I started, taking note of it. And yeah, it's actually different every single time.
Huh.
Yeah, weird, huh?
I haven't been paying attention to like I know you mentioned it. It's like, oh, it's the twin suns. Blah 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 blah. I'm
Yeah,
like,
no, the logo is cool. When
or
it's
not
like,
the twin suns.
It's like the planet, the sunrise over the planet that kind of
Right.
turns into the rebel symbol with the Andor and everything.
Right. Yeah, I literally have not paid attention to it.
Yeah. Well, I didn't
I'm
either.
missing out. I'm missing out apparently.
I didn't either for the first few episodes. But anyway,
What was I looking up?
the thunderstorm.
No, I found that. And we got giant raindrops hitting the fucking.
Yeah, I can hear it.
Of course, I gotta pee.
Do we need to take a break before it gets too bad?
Yeah, probably.
All
We should
right,
do that.
we're going to take a very quick break, finish up episode 6 after this very quick word from our sponsors. Sorry about that. Lots of weird stuff going on, hence the abrupt break. Yeah, it's pouring outside. Son of a bitch. I didn't even know we were supposed to get rain. All right, well, while this is going on, let me get caught up in the chat really quick. Oh my god, so much chat. Oh yeah, so one of the first things that we took note of was congratulations to Helmet Fire, who just passed his 20-year mark in active military. Very, very awesome. Oh, I noted this too. Bronco Fett said he personally knows Kellen Moore, which is pretty cool. I guess is that through BSU stuff? I don't know. You'll have to elaborate at some point. Wait, what is this? There's nothing to talk about. Boring show with no audience. Okay, now the audience enthusiasm, that's something I wanted to bring up today, but the show's been great. It has not been boring. It's all been building towards these climactic third episodes.
Still can't believe the timing of that.
Yeah, no, that was fucking wild, right? All right, let me do the same, and then we'll get going.
It's a dynamite taste.
It's hot in here.
Did we mention PSU lost? I did mention it. Suck a satchel of Richards. Colt 45, just sitting there like I was frozen. I was supposed to be looking something up. What was it? Does anybody remember? And it wasn't about the fucking turmeric or tamarind or whatever. Maybe it was. I don't rightly remember.
Oh man,
fuck.
see a light show out there.
Yeah, I don't remember what the fucking.
So if we get disconnected, that's why, guys.
I don't remember what I was looking up.
I don't know.
Damn it.
All right, are we ready to get back to it?
Yeah.
Give me a countdown. And we're back. So, getting back into this episode 6. So we were talking about the meteors going over. Make sure you really listen to the sound of that. It was really cool. We had another first in Star Wars. Now, you remember it was like the second episode or something. We had our first shit in Star Wars. Like the first person to say shit.
Yeah.
In Star Wars. Well, we had another first this episode. Because as the two girls are, making out in that little bunker thing before they go scuba diving.
Right.
You hear like 3 Imperial officers kind of walking up. And they're like, fuck, shh. And then one dude fucking whips it out and takes a piss right there. This is the first time in Star Wars you've seen anybody taking a piss or doing any kind of bathroom stuff.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's really true.
And it's like right there by their heads too, because they're like in this bunker. They're like, kind of like rolling their eyes as soon as they hear him. Just go zip, and then.
I don't know if there's like. It seems like it's so obvious that that's a place to hide. Like, would they not look there?
Yeah,
like,
I don't know.
the ineptitude of these fucking guys.
Well, it coincided with the meteors going over too. Like they were, like dude whips it out, starts pissing, and as soon as he does, you see the meteor going over. So they were distracted. Like if they hadn't been distracted, then they might have seen him. So. Maybe. But
oh shit.
Yep.
Sorry.
We're introduced to another shitty kid in this, in addition to Mon Mothma's shitty kid. This this fucking Commandant Behaz has a son who's a little shithead also.
Yeah.
He's like, I don't want to go out. I'm sick.
Well, the mother plays it up that he's sick more so than he does. But I mean, I get it. He's got them there for a fucking purpose, right? And then he says it too. He's like, listen, you want to get out of this fucking shithole that you keep complaining about, then fucking get dressed, play it up, so that we can impress this fucking colonel and get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, because this guy is the guy that's going to make the decision whether or not we fucking get to leave.
I'm gonna suck his dick, and then we're gonna get the fuck out of here.
Mm-hmm. Go home, jerk off. That's all you're gonna do.
That's all you're going to do. Play with those cock and balls.
Yeah,
a little bit.
So yeah, the girls go scuba diving as part of the whole plan. One really cool thing that they did throughout the course of this episode, which was an hour long, by the way, longest episode I think we've had of the series so far. You see the sun is setting throughout the whole course of this episode. Like it starts where it's kind of, getting kind of dusky, and it's just getting darker and darker as the episode's progressing. They did a really good job of like gradually making it darker up until the point where it was nighttime and we had the fucking...
Yeah, you're definitely working towards this, the obvious culmination of this timeline. Mm-hmm. It's fucking raining. It must be giant drops out there.
Yeah, it sounds like it. Jesus. So yeah, I thought the way that they presented the sun going down throughout the course of this episode was really cool. Really nice build towards the heist and everything. And then we get the scene, where Vel gets the cold feet, and she's kind of hesitant to give the go order when they're like our four guys are all there. They're fucking in their Imperial outfits. Right. They're ready to roll. And I love too when Lieutenant Gorn, as they're like taking the family back into the fucking bunker, looks at the one guy, the former stormtrooper, and they have like a little code word between each other. You can tell that there's there's a challenge and reply thing going on there. Like, are we good?
Right.
And
pineapple.
Yeah, pretty much. Which, by the way, do you know about upside down pineapples?
Is that the cruise ship thing?
I don't know if it's a cruise ship thing, but I hear it's like
it's like a swinger thing, right?
Yeah. Somebody at work was talking about this a couple days ago.
No, where were we? Kathy and I, we were. I forget. I literally forget how it came up, but yeah, we were talking about cruises, and apparently that came up with the fucking on a cruise ship that if you have a pineapple on your door.
Oh,
I'm like, what?
Well, yeah, like apparently also, I guess like some people will put pineapples outside of their fucking house. And that's a symbol that you do that.
Code pineapple.
Yeah.
Like, all right.
I guess it's not that much of a secret though, huh?
I guess not.
Yeah.
Our dumbasses have fucking heard about it at this point. We're like, what's with all the pineapples around here? Like some random old lady's got pineapples. Like, oh, my God, gross! Ew, gross old lady.
That's good shit. Anyway, so they're pressing on with the plan. They kidnap the commandant's family. And this is the point where you really get a good look at their fucking machine guns. Right. I know when we saw the trailer for Andor coming out, a lot of people...
The AK-47.
Yeah, a lot of people were up in arms because the guns that they had looked like fucking AK-47s. And you really get a good couple of close-up shots of them as they're going through the heist and kidnapping the family. And I'm looking at them like... It's even got a fucking trigger, and just like it's weird, but I get it, and I'm not too upset about it, honestly. It's you're in this this universe with millions of sentient species and habitable planets. You're bound to have something that looks similar to.
And they did have like what is it, a DL-17? Like they had that longer machine gun that it gets when they're in the vault.
Yeah.
What episode are we on? We're on the second one, right?
No, we're on the last one.
All right, we're on the last one. Yeah, they had the longer fucking machine gun that he gets when they're in a fucking vault, right?
Yeah.
Which I think I'm pretty sure was DL-17.
I think so, yeah.
Is that right?
I think it's supposed to be.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So anyway, I did notice the machine guns. I wrote it in my notes. I'm like, okay, it didn't really take me that much out. If anything, it kind of gives me the feeling that this group is very underfunded.
DL-17 was a pistol.
Oh. I know which rifle you're talking about. You're talking about the long one
Yes,
that we
yes.
have in fucking in Battlefront.
Yes.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Not a sniper rifle, but it's a longer
Right. It's,
like
it's a machine gun.
Yeah. Anyway, lost my place. Yeah, so they kidnap the family. They're running through their whole plan. They shut off the comms, but unbeknownst to them, the Empire actually has a very competent comm officer because he realizes comms are down and he goes and starts fucking troubleshooting and starts, actually fixing their communications. So,
Right.
which kind of leads to some trouble for our heroes later. But I did just notice that, they actually had a competent comm guy who's like, oh, fuck, this isn't working. I should go see what's going
Relatively
on.
competent.
Yeah.
Is a DLT-19.
Okay. You were close, though. This was also the moment where we got the revelation of Vel and Cinta being more than just friends, if you know what I'm saying.
I mean, you kind of got that. They were like bunking together. There was
and
there was some tension there early.
Yeah, and what's his name? Skeen said like when he was talking to
Something
Andor
about
about Cinta. He's like,
sleeping.
she's already sharing a blanket if that's what you're thinking.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
like
Right.
something like that.
And she was deliberate in stepping in between the two of them too. Like Val was like Andor was talking to her and getting too close to her, and then Val like stepped in between them. Like it turned into a jealous boyfriend thing or girlfriend thing.
That's my bitch.
And, get in there.
I fucking loved when they're going down into the vault and the 6 guys that were left are just sitting there playing fucking cards.
Yeah.
Right? Just shades
Like,
of
we're
our
in a
fucking
vault. Like everyone else is outside watching the eye and pulling their pads.
Yeah.
Like nothing's gonna happen until
Yeah.
something happens.
But no, that was just kind of shades of our fucking maintenance days.
Yep.
Just nothing's going on. Fuck it. Somebody's got a deck of cards.
Yep.
Start playing.
Just have a deck of cards in my fucking bag.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like we all did. We all carried cards on us wherever we went.
Before cell phones were prolific.
Yeah. And this is the point where I'm starting to wonder, like, how the fuck is Cinta going to get out of this? Because they left her behind with the fucking family. The family was all gagged and bound. She's just there guarding them alone while they're all down in the fucking vault, and their plan is to get in the truck and fucking fly it out of there. And I'm like, how is Cinta getting out of this?
Right. Well, she got full up into a nice tight Imperial uniform.
She did.
Yeah, she's in a fresh Imperial uniform. So,
But
maybe she's planning on getting out with everyone else.
But all of those family members are looking at her. They're like, "Oh yeah, that's the lady that held us hostage. That one right over there."
You kill them.
You think that they're actually going to kill the family though?
Fucking why not?
You think she killed the family?
Yeah.
Wow.
Fuck them.
All right.
Once the ship gets away, like, all right, we don't need them. Let's fucking tie up the loose ends. Let's go. I mean, Andor says in fucking Rogue One, he's like, yeah, we've all done things we're not proud of. Well, fuck it. Eliminate the child. Everyone. Just
wow.
Because what else are you going to do? Let's either that. Don't get dressed in a fucking Imperial uniform. Shoot yourself in the fucking face.
Right. Well, and that's kind of where I thought that it was going, but we see her later on, which again, I'm still not sure how the fuck she's going to get out of this situation, but
kill them all.
But yeah, and we never saw what happened to the family, so she very well could have.
What the 5 fingers say in the face?
They could all be fucking dead.
Yeah, fuck them.
Wow, that got dark, but I never thought about that, but that's legit.
Yeah,
that could be the way.
Do it.
Wow.
Do it.
This is the point too where I wrote this Aldani party is fucking lit because they're all down there fucking partying away and fucking singing and
burning goat fur, which god damn, that's got a fucking smell. Oof. I mean, goats so they allude to the goat pelt smelling, right, as they're carrying it around, and then take smelly goat pelt, now throw it into a fire. I mean, we've been around at some of those open fires in Africa and certain places.
Cradle of fucking civilization.
And it fucking reeks. God, it reeks so bad.
Yeah.
It's not a good smell. It just isn't.
Yeah.
Take our word for it.
But yeah, those Aldanis were they were lighting it up.
They were. Maybe you get high off of it.
Maybe
that's why. Maybe they're like,
oh yeah, could you imagine them getting fucking high and then watching the fucking colorful meteor shower?
Look at the lights, man. Oh wow, man.
That would be funny. That'd be really funny.
MDMA and fucking look at MDMA in the eye, man.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so beautiful.
So a lot of shit happens in the vault where they fucking make all the Imperials like load up the money, and the fucking money is just on stacks and stacks of these fucking pallets.
It's Fort Knox.
Yeah, basically.
It's like, okay, this is Fort Knox. We're fucking knocking off Fort Knox here.
Yeah, and they're fucking just loading it up. I'm like, God damn, that's a lot of money. Which I think they said ended up being 40 million credits total.
I thought he said 80 when he was.
Oh,
in the ship.
maybe it was 80 and it was 40 a piece when he was like offering that split.
Yep.
Okay, so, but yeah, they made off with a shitload of credits, and they didn't even get everything either because of the comm guy showing up and kind of fucking things up and killing the two black guys.
And the airbase too. The airbase was like, "Hey, why are your fucking comms down? Like, is everything okay over there?"
Yeah, and that's the point.
Everything's fine here. How are you? I would have loved to have fucking heard that. Fucking what's her name? Cinta.
Yeah.
Saying like, everything is fine here. How are you? That would have been fucking great.
Boring conversation anyway.
Yep.
So, yeah, and this is the point, too, where the TIE fighters get dispatched.
Oh, God.
So you've got this great scene where the fucking pilots are running up in these rafters where the fucking ties are hanging. They're doing basically a quick pre-flight check.
Oh, my God.
They're checking some shit. They fucking hop into the cockpit. They're fucking...
Oh, my God.
They're getting it all ready, and I just assumed, there you go.
Oh, my God. It's so goddamn perfect.
And as this whole scene is going on, all I'm thinking of is you. I'm like, oh, Dave must be in fucking heaven right now.
I was so just absolutely fucking... Where... There was so much good TIE Fighter-ness.
Yeah, I think you lost it.
It's right there. Right there. There it is.
Oh, yeah.
There's another good one as they're dropping off of the thing. And you see the reflection. Like, the level of detail here, right? You have... Just look at this picture. And if you're just listening to this and not watching on YouTube, you know, this is minute fucking 34, 30-ish. In this last episode of Andor, or episode 6 or whatever, what I thought was last episode. Anyway, the fucking hangar bay has traditional. Hey, looks like an Imperial hangar bay. It's got the fucking lights situated in the back, you know, through the whole thing. It's got the TIE fighters hanging there. It's got the reflection of the eye happening in the windows of the TIE. It has the pre-flight sequence that when the TIE pilot gets into the TIE fighter.
And see, that's the part that I thought that you would really appreciate too.
I'm like, I have to have an accurate TIE fucking console now. Like, I have to have the controller.
Really?
Like, I need, like, Adam Savage. If you're listening, Adam Savage, I need you to make one of these fucking TIE pilot controls.
Yeah.
You know, flight controls with the switchology and everything else. Or I need to figure out how to fucking make it, because fucking, oh my God, I think I'd sleep with the goddamn thing. This whole sequence and getting these ties out the door was just fucking just jizz-worthy.
Yep. I knew you were going to love it.
Oh my God. So Jason had messaged me, and I was watching these episodes, and he had messaged me because he's like, oh, you know, did you get to the part where I was thinking of you? And I'm like, I knew it had to have something to do with TIE fighters, right? And I'm like, no, not yet. I'm doing it right now. Then when I got to that part, I'm like, yep, got to that part. Yep, totally
knew exactly what I was talking about.
I sent a meme of I think it's what was it, Rihanna saying boner or something?
Yeah, boner alert.
Yeah. So, oh my God, it's so fucking glorious. I'm looking at it now, and it's so fucking perfect.
Yep. All right, now we're gonna have to finish this episode. So
no, I just want to look at the ties.
All right. Well, while you're looking at the ties,
Inigo Montoya.
we have has like a fucking heart attack, like towards the end as they're like loading up all the shit and having the shootout. And I'm like, Did he really have a heart attack? Did he fake this? I could see him being kind of a douchebag that would just like fake having a heart attack.
He was holding his chest, like he was giving like kind of the warning signs of, "Hey, I'm having a heart attack." Mm-hmm. Like he was actively doing that as they were forcing him to move stuff, like the sweating.
Yeah,
and he was like kind of clutching his chest.
And they did spend a lot of time on him trying to get his fucking belt tightened earlier in the episode.
He was a fucking fat ass. I mean, I can appreciate that. I have my fucking, I carry my weight around too. And if I was being beat like a fucking mule trying to move all this fucking money around, and then the stress of knowing your family's fucking tied up at gunpoint, probably already dead. And then, oh, by the way, your fucking security officer's down there as part of it.
Yep.
You're just like, oh, shit. Yeah, no, totally believable.
Okay.
That he just fucking, that's it.
All right. Yeah, I still, by the end of the episode, wasn't sure if he was faking or not, but yeah, it makes sense. Oh, this is the part in my notes where I had, did they just kill off the only 2 black men? Question mark.
God damn it, Jason.
So this is where we also have like the takeoff physics coming into play. It's weird that sometimes this happens and sometimes it doesn't in Star Wars, where when a ship's taken off, sometimes there'll be that fucking, that shift. You know, for the people who are inside the fucking vehicle will like, or things will go flying when you have that fucking G-force put on the.
If they're so worried, so this is what I was thinking, right? If they're so goddamn worried about the CG and like having an accurate weight and all that other stuff, why not secure the stuff to the fucking floor? Because you know why you keep the CG? You do. I know. You
do.
Know why.
Yeah, I know very well.
Yeah. For the studio audience that may not know, as I try and fucking stop the share. Stop sharing. Stop sharing. Why is it not stop sharing?
Well, the best example is
over here.
There was a plane crash.
Kandahar.
Yeah, like 6-7 years ago now.
Yeah,
where the plane was taken off. And
747. They had a fucking MRAP break loose, and you see a 747 on takeoff roll, and the MRAP breaks loose and fucking shifts to the back, and that fucking airplane falls out of the sky.
Yep.
Because that's what happens. So that's why you concern yourself with the weight of what's in your fucking craft.
Yep.
And secure everything as much as possible. That's why loadmasters get paid. They obviously did not concern themselves with that because they're trying to get out of Dodge, and I get it, but the fact that the fucking mouse got crushed.
Yeah, that Nemec guy got crushed by the pallets of credits.
Yeah. Well, apparently credits will do fine and fucking paralyzing you.
Oh, yeah, and well, they fucking finished him off.
Right.
Eventually.
Yeah, but at least the old girl fucking stabbed him in the chest with the fucking the ode to fucking Pulp Fiction, like when she hit him with the fucking I'm gonna give him,
yeah.
like she, bam, slammed him right in the fucking chest with that needle. Like, I'm gonna keep him
come
alive.
down in a stabbing motion. Well, I gotta stab her 3 times?
No. Just once. Right here.
Well, then what happens?
I don't know.
I'm curious to see that myself. This ain't a fucking joke, man.
So I had on the screen share. You're talking about the physics.
Yeah.
So you had the ship launching. One of the issues I had with the whole sequence with the eye, again, it's not an issue per se, but like when you're talking about, the sound that the meteor made, right? It's flying through the atmosphere. I'm like, well, that would be an unfortunate thing, because if it's big enough to make a sound and you can hear it in the atmosphere, then that's going to hit the ground, right? And if it hits the ground, that's going to create the amount of energy that it's going to release is going to do something. To the impact. It's going to impact the ground and create a problem.
Yeah.
Right. So then this entire event that they're flying the planet through, basically, amazing what they did with it, but from a realism standpoint, this planet or this moon or whatever would not fucking exist. Like it would be pulverized to nothingness and would not be able to maintain any kind of atmosphere if this was a real event.
well, this is one of those areas where you just gotta suspend the disbelief a little
Totally.
bit.
I totally had to do that, but you know, that other part of my brain was just like, man, they would not live through this.
Yeah.
This would be bad.
Yeah, well, it's especially flying through it. You know,
Yeah. Well, I mean,
they're trying to navigate through it, and he's giving Cassian instructions: climb, dive.
yeah, I didn't get that. Like this Navicomputer that he's using, which is like, oh, it's like an old Imperial unit that's supposed to be great because it doesn't require. It's like, oh, this is it's a periscopic sextant.
Yeah,
you know, that's
it's living off the grid,
right? Because you don't need the fucking GPS satellites to use it.
right?
Like, okay, great, but it's really complicated. And why would it have you climbing and diving? Like it's okay, whatever. They spoiler alert, they get out of it.
Yeah,
they fucking make it out.
But it looked fantastic. We're watching this, we're watching the ties chase them. You got the fucking just all the rainbow of fucking lights just going.
This entire sequence, the visuals, stunning.
Yeah,
absolutely stunning.
Yeah, they spared no expense.
And the visuals were stunning. The effects with the ties, the pilots inside in the craft. Star Wars.
Yeah.
This was Star Wars.
Yeah.
100% this was Star Wars.
Yeah.
And it was fantastic.
This is the point in my notes where I wrote, so Cinta is just going to mingle back in, ? Exclamation point, because, you know, after all said and done, again, we didn't see what happened with the family. She's down, like, partying with the fucking Aldanis at this point. You know, they're still just, like, fucking watching the thing. I'm like, bah, and they're singing and all this stuff. And then Cinta just goes down, and that's the last we see of her. I'm like... Again, if any of that family's alive, they can just be like, oh, yeah, that was her. She's the one that was holding us at gunpoint.
She's going to mosey onto a transport and fucking beat feet out of there.
Yeah, maybe.
She lives. Telling you she lives.
Or, like, maybe she had, like, some rags on under that, and she was just going to walk back with the Aldanis and just be like, oh, yeah, I'm one of you.
Yeah.
So.
Right. Yeah. Remember me?
Yeah. So, anyway, next thing I have is they have to take a contingency and go to a doctor because homeboy is dying.
Right.
And it was like, all right, we either go to the rendezvous point or we take this contingency plan and go see a doctor. And Andor chooses the doctor because he's kind of gotten close with the kid, with the Nemec kid. And, you know, a lot of conversations about his manifesto and all that. So they go to the fucking doctor who looks just like fucking Ochi, by the way.
Yeah.
I'm like, this motherfucker Ochi. That's what that. But then he starts talking like,
did you really say it like, that's your motherfucker Ochi?
I think so. Yeah. But you know, it wasn't him, but it was a very similar. And I don't think Ochi had 4 arms either. But he had the fucking the eye shit and the ear shit, and like they look like they came from the same
Same. It seemed like the same species.
Yeah. But so yeah, they go there. The kid doesn't make it, but then this is where Skeen and Andor have the conversation about splitting the money, and this was a really interesting conversation because, you know, Skeen's like, hey man, 40 million each. We got a moon close by. We can fucking disappear for a while, blah, blah, blah. And Cassian just immediately just fucking boom, just fucking offs him because, you know, at first I'm like, wow, that was rather abrupt.
Right.
But when you really think about it, based on that conversation that Skeen had with him, there was no way that he wasn't going to try to take that money. Right. Because
I mean, I guess
like if Cassian had said no, then Skeen probably would have tried to kill him and kill Vel, who was still alive at the end of this, and still try to take the money because he made it very clear he was a scumbag. He wasn't in it for the fucking rebellion either. He was just in it for the money. And I think Cassian realized that. And before the dude ever had a chance to fucking, you know, betray them, Cassian's just like, bzz, and you're done. I think it was a good move. I think it was a very smart move.
So I think it was the best move for fucking Inigo Montoya for sure. But like, my first thought was maybe he was testing him. Like, oh, maybe he's testing him.
Boy, that'd be fucked up.
Right, like maybe he's testing him to see, like, oh, hey, let's go, let's split the money. And if Cassian went like, no, I'm not gonna do that. Well, that's fucked up. And he's like, I was just testing you. Like, that's what I was kind of expecting.
Yeah.
Not, boom,
Yeah.
fucking shoot him in the face, which I love. I love the fact that there's another body.
Yeah.
I want the body count to be as high as possible in this fucking show.
Yeah, well, they're painting a very clear picture as to how Cassian got to that point at the beginning of Rogue One, where it's like, oh, you can't climb out. Zzz. All right, you're done.
Right. Yeah, he is not afraid to fucking eliminate any sort of fucking drag from his profile.
Yeah,
So yeah, fucking takes him out, goes in, checks on the fucking kid. He's dead. Fuck. Ochi only had 2 arms, by the way,
okay,
according to the comics.
yeah,
And I sidebarred myself into I sidebarred myself into a fucking just a tar pit. I just said, stop moving.
Well, so basically,
What the fuck just happened?
he told Vel, like, yeah, dude tried to betray us. He wanted to split the money. He's like, I'm just taking my fucking cut. I'm taking what was promised to me. I'm taking this dude's ship. I'm taking my cut of the money, and I'm fucking out. You can take the rest and go give it to your fucking rebellion or whoever.
Right.
I ain't that guy. I'm just taking what I was promised.
Yeah, and give homie here's homie's fucking
his manifesto.
Well, no, here's the fucking crystal.
Oh yeah, the kyber crystal, and then she gave him the manifesto,
Right.
and that's kind of where it ended.
Which I bet has a tracking device in it.
Ooh, that's a good point.
Then I mean, that was my immediate thought.
Yeah.
Like, oh, it's probably got some sort of tracking device in it.
Oh, and the note I have in here is Andor shot first, so which he did.
Put that on a fucking shirt.
Yep. Then
Somebody do that.
yeah, Andor shot first.
We need.
If
to-
only somebody was in charge of our T-Public that could make something like that.
Somebody who's on top of things and doesn't just let things sit for fucking years. like me.
Right.
Somebody not me.
But
That is
anyway,
responsible. Definitely not me.
we're back to Coruscant. And the fucking ISB is on high alert at this point.
Right.
They fucking call everybody into that white conference room. Yeah.
Do I man, fucking love the fact. Love the fact that whenever the fucking alarm is going off anywhere in the Empire, that's the fucking alarm. I fucking love it.
Oh yeah, consistency.
Every time I hear it, it's like, this is the most obnoxious fucking sound ever, and I love it.
Yep. And so we're back at the ISB. They're on high alert now after this fucking heist, and they're like, tell your families you ain't gonna be home for a while because
Right.
shit just got real.
Hide the
and-
kids, hide the wife. You're fucking get some grape juice. We're fucking nobody's going anywhere.
Grape juice. Surprise, motherfuckers. You didn't know I knew about grape juice, did you? And then this is where we go to the scene where Mon Mothma's on the fucking Senate floor, and she's like, I have a bill that will open up shipping lanes and blah, blah, blah.
Right.
No, nobody's paying fucking dick of attention to her.
because shit's going down. Like
Yeah.
this huge robbery happens, right? It's all over the news. Everyone's paying attention to that, and so she looks at the fucking holonet.
Yep.
And sure as shit, there's it's happening.
Yep.
Now cut to homeboy,
Yeah, Luthen in his gallery.
right? And some fucking random stranger's like, "Oh, do you have anything from fucking this planet?"
Yeah, Aldani.
Shut the fuck up, Donnie.
Yep. And he's like, well, why do you ask? And he's like, oh, it's all over the news. Big thing happened. And then he goes to the back and he's like, ha, ha, ha.
Oh, I might have something in the back. And he's like, really? I was just kidding. And
Yeah.
he goes in the back and he's like, has himself a good laugh.
Yep.
And scene.
Dun, 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 dun.
Where's my kazoo?
Oh, I have no idea.
Oh, damn. I probably shouldn't use it anyway. Not without some sanitizer.
Yeah. But that's it.
Where's the kazoo?
Oh, and then the badass techno track kicks in again as the music to close out the fucking show. I know it's no John Williams, but the soundtrack is pretty tight.
I'll be honest with you. The soundtrack to me so far hasn't blown my hair back at all. But at the same time, I haven't noticed it.
Yeah.
Which is fine. I'm sure it has impact, that I just haven't noticed yet. If I, upon rewatching, I'll probably notice the music more if I'm paying attention to it. But I like that. I like the fact that this is probably having an impact on the moment, and I'm not realizing it, and that's good.
Yeah.
That's a good thing. Not unlike fucking Rogue One, which the music was like what?
And again, we only recently found out. Jesus Christ.
That's basically what it was.
Yeah, we only recently found out that was thrown together literally at the last minute. So.
Which you didn't need to do.
Yeah.
Fucking 30 seconds of silence would have been far superior than the.
Wow.
I'm just making random noises now.
I know. That's like I don't remember hearing that in Rogue One.
I'm sure it was there. Some fucking droid was making that noise.
So my son Rob has been bothering me since last Wednesday to watch this because he wanted me to know that this is his favorite episode of any Star Wars show, period.
Oh yeah?
Like this one episode he said is like his favorite single episode of any Star Wars show that we've seen between Mandalorian, Obi-Wan, all that stuff. And it was good. It was really good because they did such a good job of building it up in episodes 4 and 5. They set everything up very well to where episode 6 was this fucking tense, hour-long heist scene, basically. And it was very well crafted, and I think the payoff was good.
Yeah.
And
look, let me, again, being an idiot and thinking this was like the end of this season, right? And I was explaining to Q, the guy I work with, and I told him, look, you got to watch this. I think you'll enjoy it. You enjoyed Rogue One. I think you'd enjoy this.
Yep.
I said, like, look, it ended, and there's another. I said, look, there's another season, and but it had finality to it, and it ended like a show would.
Yeah.
What did it have some tremendous like finale? No, but it ended like a show would. It had completion.
Yeah.
And it was good. I was entertained. I was thoroughly entertained, and I will watch it again. I was like, it is definitely, contrast theory notwithstanding. I mean, for somebody who had zero expectations of this at all, obviously, we know how I feel about the character, but again, I really enjoy what they're doing here, and because it's not overextending itself into really anything.
Yeah.
But it's still important.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, of course. And sometimes, like, I would forget that we're watching a Star Wars show because, especially like when they were on the planet and they're doing all their prep work and stuff, and you get these little reminders like, oh fuck yeah, this is a Star Wars show. Like when the dude pulls up in the fucking speeder, and you hear the speeder sound, you're like, oh yeah, and then you see the fucking TIE fighters buzzing
through the fucking valley.
But yeah, it's
God, man, I would do that. I would so do that.
Yeah.
They had a just open world fucking TIE fighter, like, oh look, a bunch of farmers, just make it fucking make the cattle run all over the place, just to fuck with people.
Yeah. Now I could see some people having issues with like episodes, like especially 4, but 4 and 5, as they really are just kind of set up for this episode. But if you look at it as a 3-episode arc, it's fucking brilliant. Very, very well done.
I think the people that are probably having issues with this series had their expectations were for something else.
And like for all of the Star Wars shit that we've consumed, this is the one product that we managed our expectations.
Yeah.
And it's been exceeding that.
Yeah.
And I think we're reaping the benefit of that.
So the moral of the story is, if we keep our expectations low enough, we'll be pleasantly surprised.
Yeah.
And I've thoroughly enjoyed this, and I recommend it.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Because it's been there's continuity. I like the tone of the story.
Bronco fan, Andor's 11. That's what we should have named these 3 episodes. Andor's 11. That's good.
And then have the Rick and Morty like heist fucking montages. Like,
I don't know what that is.
Oh, God damn it, Jason.
I don't have time for all these fucking shows. I don't know how
either.
I don't know how everybody else has time for all this shit. Because I have these coworkers. They're like, "Oh, did you watch She-Hulk? Did you watch fucking Lord of the Rings? Did you watch fucking the House of the Dragons?" I'm like, "No, I don't have time for all that stuff." Like, how do you have time for all of that?
So the difference is, I realized this because I realized it when I was, finished my semester, and like yesterday, for example, with watching football.
Yeah.
Like, if I just decided that I'm going to make time for things, then I'd have time for all of it. But this is why time management is so important, right? And like, make sure you're managing your time for the things that you really want to. And and for me, TV watching isn't that thing because I'm way too fucking spastic and I need to be getting up and moving around and sitting down and watching TV, like especially like something like Cobra Kai, right?
Mm-hmm. Well, that's the greatest show ever made. So
fine, but is J-Lo left or right-handed?
Your left hand.
Okay.
What is wrong with you today?
I don't know. I'm a fucking mess. No, I'm just saying that like it's prioritizing your time and then
Well, and that's the thing too. Like, if it was that important to me, I would prioritize it.
Yeah.
Like, I'd prioritize Andor. I make sure I watch the shows that I really want to watch, like Rings of Power and House of the Dragons and any Marvel stuff. None of that is high on my priority list. So I'm not gonna like make time and like carve out specific points in my day to where I watch the stuff and it'd be unsatisfied and then be like, well, now my fucking day is gone too.
What I think, I'm going to say something very controversial here.
All right, go for it.
What I think, as a community of nerds and geeks, I think what we have to be careful of is, since our culture is way more accepted now, right? More so than it's ever been. Like you can exist being one of us in this society right now. Whereas when we were younger, we would be outcasts.
Oh yeah,
right?
for sure.
So, and I'm glad. Nothing makes me happier than to live in a world where the geeks and nerds can fucking exist without fear of reprisal. Saying that, there's also the virtue signaling, and things like that of like, oh well, you don't watch this show, so are you really like are you really a nerd? Or like, oh, you're not a Lord of the Rings fan, or you don't watch Marvel, or you don't do this, you don't do that. Like, oh, well, if you don't watch this particular type of anime, then you don't really watch it. And you start falling into, you're creating the categories of people that were
you've become the very thing you swore to destroy.
Basically, yes.
Yeah.
So you just got to be careful of that. It's awesome that we've gotten to a point where we can exist and not hide in the fucking corners anymore.
Yeah.
So don't fuck it up. Don't fuck it up. What's 2024? What happened?
The Rings of Power. The next season of that.
See, and again, this is one of those things where, like, for me, the Lord of the Rings was not really my thing.
See, I love the original trilogy, but I never even saw the Hobbit movies. So
I saw them. I watched them. They were important movies for what they were given the times, but
I guess
we didn't even mention. I meant to fucking put something in the notes and I forgot. Rest in peace to Hagrid. Yeah, I know
another franchise that I could really give two shits about.
I know, but Harry Potter is one of those franchises. It has a very dedicated fan base, and your fucking permanent roommate is one of those people. So, fair. Yes, rest in peace, Hagrid, who was 72. Like I didn't even think about him being that old.
Sure.
But anyway,
I don't know anything else that dude's done. So, If you've done anything.
We've seen him in other stuff.
All right.
He's not fucking 8 feet tall.
So real quick before you get into your reads, next week we're gonna be talking some more comics. We're getting into the Vader comics, the 2020 Vader comics.
Yes.
So be ready for that. No idea how many issues we're gonna get through, but whatever, like 4 to 5, whatever comes to a logical story conclusion, then that's what we're gonna do.
You tell me. I've read the entirety of the thing, so whatever you think we can get through for one episode, then we'll go for it.
All right, sounds good. In the meantime, Miss Lopez, you ready to come out?
No.
No, you're not ready?
I'm tired.
Okay, well, I understand. We're all tired. It's Monday, but there she is.
Oh. You know, I was up late last night.
Were you watching the football game?
Yes.
Okay.
You know what I was singing? You know what's coming.
The Eagles, the Fly Eagles.
Fly, Eagles, fly on a road to victory. Fight, Eagles, fight. Score a touchdown. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Hit 'em low, hit 'em high, and watch our Eagles fly. Fly, Eagles, fly on a road to victory. E-A-G-L-E-S, Eagles! It's a great song.
It is, but I think the hitting them low part, it's kind of frowned upon nowadays.
Fuck them.
Okay.
I'll hit them as low as possible.
Okay, well, suit yourself. Hopefully you can avoid a penalty.
Chuck Bednarik is a Hall of Famer for a reason.
Sure.
Do you even know who that is?
I do not.
You uncultured swine? We've made a lot of movie references tonight.
We have. All right, what you got for the reads?
I don't know.
Well, why don't you read and tell us?
You're making a lot of assumptions about my abilities here. Okay. So, in Red 5 News... Sorry, I'm not going to sing all of it like the guy did earlier.
Mm-hmm.
After our show at 2000, which is, in 15 minutes, check out After the Weekend, who will be discussing the Halloween classic Ernest Scared Stupid. Stupid. He's scared stupid. It's stupid. Join the live chat on YouTube and support our Red 5 family. The Red 5 Network has 41 podcasts.
I'm 37?
Plus 37 plus 4. And shit! Did it again. Wrong fucking language. Browse through bio.link/red5. That's bio.link/red5. Check out the daily promos or shoot Luna Girl a DM on any of our socials. She can suggest something you absolutely love or is perfect for you. Are you staring at me? I feel like you're staring at me.
No, I'm going back and forth between you and the chat. They're actually talking about you in the chat.
What are they saying?
Well, they think you're a Giants fan since you're from the Bronx.
Fat Affleck was an Eagles fan, so I converted.
Ah, gotcha. Okay, carry on.
We'll go with that.
Okay.
Well, or we go with the guy that's got his hand up my ass as an Eagles fan.
I really don't want to think about that.
You want to smell it, Jason? Oh,
No,
come here.
no.
Oh, you're a dirty
No.
man. You're so dirty. Oh.
Get away.
Did we say the Red 5 has 41 podcasts?
Yes.
I'm 37?
Plus 4. Need to get rid of some of those.
We got to start voting people off of the island.
Yeah, really.
That's...
Anyway. Cantina Family Happenings. The Used and Abused podcast will review Halloween Town. Is that a real thing?
That sounds familiar. I think I've heard of that before.
With special guest Madame Chantal from the Scarif After Dark, who should be working on her karaoke. Yes, you should. Don't deny it. Tune in Tuesday, 1700. 1500? No, 1700, dummy. Join Scott and Kim. Internal monologue. Oh, God. Oh, dear sweet Lord. Join Scott and Kim in their live chat on YouTube and enjoy. Both in the back, we'll be reviewing our Week 6 fantasy football matchups from this past weekend. Join Dundle Snooch, Brady Big Lovin', and Lunar Girl Wednesday at 1800. 6 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Live! It's in all caps. Live! Live!
Is it written 3 times?
Live! Exclusively in the Cyber Cantina group on Facebook. Grab a beer, take off your pants, and don't miss the show. Snooch. Also on Wednesday, ATSW and Escape Pod will be reviewing She-Hulk Attorney at Law. I can't even. Oh my god. It's so bad. It's so bad. But ATSW and Escape Pod will be reviewing She-Hulk Attorney at Law. Oh, try not to roll my eyes into the back of my googly. Tune in to 19:05, 7:05 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time for all the shenanigans of Dondella Snooch. I'm moving my eyes like I'm reading it. Where's the teleprompter? Look at this. Ooh. Dondella Snooch, Brady McLovin, and Dragon Buddy. I should have a fake teleprompter up there. I should put it, like, right there. So stupid. So stupid. All right. Hang on. Gotta move that up there. Yeah. There we go. All right. Dondella Snooch and Lunar Girl will review Season 2, Chapter 3, Episode 95, Season 14.
94.
94. I went on a little ramble there. Lunar Girl will review Dondella Snooch and Lunar Girl will review Season 2, Chapter 3 of Stranger Things with special guest Scott from Use Abuse. He doesn't have time to watch Andor, but he can do extra podcasts. Come on, man.
Yeah, get your shit together, Scott.
Seriously. Come on, man. Got me busting your balls. Your huevos. Huevos rancheros.
Wrong with me.
Dondella Snooch, and Lunar Girl will review Season 2, Chapter 3 of Stranger Things with special guest Scott from Use and Abuse on this Friday. Let's see your mouth moving. Join them in their live chat as Stranger Things happened on YouTube. It's like Pac-Man. Bloop, 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 bloop. Oh, I got a ghost. Beep, 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 beep. The Orange and Fetch. Oh, wait, I skipped one. Layman's Terms have released Creamy Acres Night of Terror review. Oh, I wonder what's so creamy about it, Jason.
I don't know. That just sounds disturbing.
Is that delicioso to you?
Ooh, no.
Is it like a little creamy? A little bloody and creamy? You like it, don't you?
Let's just move on.
You like it, bitch, don't you? Oh. And Rocky Horror Revisited. Oh, that's terrible. Join Keith Lehman and he dives into horror movies all month long. Because it's like Halloween or something, right? This month.
It is October, yes.
Fucking
Oh,
bullshit.
Halloween is 2 weeks from today.
Bullshit.
We'll be recording that night.
Do not care. Be sure to subscribe, ding that bell, select all to receive notifications for your source of ignorance and drunken banter. The Orange and Fat Show dropped episode 53, Godzilla vs. Kong! It's caps. It's all caps. Subscribe to them on Spotify to be notified of upcoming releases. Sweet Studios has started to release tasty tidbits of their current project that's pretty dirty. Follow Sweet Studios on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, or Discord updates.
What was with the pause?
And subscribe to him on YouTube. Because my brain stopped working. It stopped working, Jason.
Did it ever start working?
No, God, not tonight.
No.
And no.
It's been a weird
Not at
night for
all.
all of us.
Oh, my God. I gotta move that. All right. You can find us. You know where I'm going with this.
I've already looked.
You can find us. We got a new subscriber, though. You can find us at bio.link/the Sidebar Cantina, where you will find our links to YouTube, audio, Patreon, our latest Spotify music mixtapes, and all social media platforms, including Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Twitch, Discord, and TikTok. Also, in our bio link is our Teach Publix merch shop, which will be updated and like all kinds of good stuff on it, since now Lunar Girl is taking over because Dave sucks at it. He hasn't paid attention to it in forever.
It's weird. It's weird her looking at me right now. Like,
Oh.
Yeah, what are you looking at?
Oh my god.
It's fucking strange.
We're having a moment here.
Anyway, yeah, he sucked at the whole T-Public thing and wasn't paying attention. So, Lunar Girl, who is paying attention, is now taking care of it, and there will be new merch on the show. No, the store. Yeah. So go buy a goddamn shirt. We have that should be the read. Go buy a goddamn shirt. That's what advertising should be. Yeah. Hey, there's a thing. Go buy the fucking thing. The end. Oh, here's another thing. Go buy that thing. And you will do it.
Do it.
We have t-shirts, hoodies, and a wide variety of designs, sizes, and colors. There are sidebar container face masks, tote bag, phone cases, exclusive stickers, and pins just about anything you can imagine. Please tag us with your merch so Lunar Girl can share it on our socials. Reviews!
We have no new reviews. In fact,
Motherfuckers!
I think you might have to take a sabbatical until we get another review. I think that's going to have to be the standing order.
It's a crying shame, but that may have to happen.
Yeah.
I hate to see it. But, you know, if we have to blackmail and cajole and fucking shoot the faces of all the... Wait, no, probably shouldn't do that. All the bodies. The bodies. Oh, hi.
Hello.
Reviews.
No reviews.
Write a fucking review. There's a read. See, fuck it.
Yeah.
Write a fucking review, or I won't show up anymore.
She's going off script.
And sing your songs. Fly. Write us a 5-star review on Apple. Wait. It says like Red 5 superfan Melanie Marquita just did.
Yeah. She
That was last week?
Yeah.
Or 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, we read that a couple episodes ago.
Son of a bitch. Well, she did 2 weeks ago, and we love that. Thank you so much. But you don't have an Apple account? Loser. Androids are for squares. Our Facebook page, Androids are for fucking...
Well, I gotta say, a sidebar.
Don't.
My a coworker...
Oh my God.
He got a brand new phone over the weekend, and it's one of those the Galaxy Flip or Folds.
Why the fuck are people buying flip phones?
Well, not a flip.
We've navigated away from the goddamn flip phone.
It's like the size of an iPhone, but then it flips open into a tablet. It's pretty sweet.
Who gives a shit?
It's cool.
It's a fucking flip phone.
I liked it.
What? There's a commercial. There's some fucking dumb broad. She's on a goddamn train, and she's all enamored with the look, it's a fucking flip phone. Oh, Jesus. I did that fucking flip phone. I got rid of it in the 90s. Fuck those flip phones.
All right.
So stupid.
We'll table that discussion
flip phones are stupid.
For another time.
Write us a fucking review.
Are you done with the reads?
I'm fucking done. I'm not... write a fucking review and I'll finish. Not even going to sing anymore.
All right. Well, thank you.
Bye, bitch.
What did I do?
Fuck you.
Wow. You know what? You're not invited back. Yeah, I said it.
Try and stop me, bitch.
All right, we'll see. I know most of the people come for you anyway, but...
That's what she said.
Oh, indeed. Oh, hey, it's Dave.
Hi.
How's it going?
Oh, I'm good.
Well, I think we're done.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, I think we're good.
it was good times. We'll see you guys next week when we talk about some Vader comics.
Yes.
And until then, Dave and everybody else, may the Force be with you.
May the Force be with you. Clunk. Oh, clunky.
Andor shot first.
Okay, now what do I click?
All right. And that be that.
Which part of that is going to be on TikTok tomorrow?
That was a lot.
The part where I told Jason to go fuck himself.
Well, I think the part where you were talking to yourself was
man.
quite spectacular.
It's weird looking at it. Like,
Now you know how I feel. I'm sitting there talking to Miss Lopez for, 10 minutes, and all of a sudden, like, it's back to Dave, and it's like, okay, weird.
I'm working on it. I'm working on a secondary voice. I'll surprise everyone when it's ready.
Yeah.
It's not Hank.
Right. It's a new voice.
It's a new voice.
Yeah.
Oh man. All right. So
It's 8 o'clock, so it's
8 o'clock.
probably time to pack up.
Yep.
I want to get to bed early because I slept like shit last night.
Yeah. I got to bed late last night.
Yeah.
So I was celebrate good times. Come on.
All right. So thanks again, everybody. You guys are awesome.
Eagles fly.
Great night in the chat.
On the road to victory.
And we'll see you next week.
Fight, Eagles, fight.